The following is a presentation of Regional Radio Sports. Whether it's AM 800 KREI, AM 1400 KJEF, J98 The Booth, MyMoInfo.com, or at MyMoInfoSports on Twitter. Regional Radio is your most comprehensive source for all area sports.
And the MyMoInfo Sports Stream brings us to Mineral Area College tonight in Park Hills, home of your Mineral Area College Cardinals. As we broadcast Region 16 volleyball tonight, the Jefferson College Vikings come to town against the Mineral Area College Cardinals. And I'll have the call for you tonight. Chad Speaker, Mike Side, Chase back in studio, engineering and operating our game on our MyMoInfo Sports Stream. And we're glad that you've been able to find us and join us on the sports stream and our new feature this year. The Jefferson College Vikings come into our matchup tonight at 9 and 11. The Mineral Area College Cardinals at 15 and 8. They have already split two games with one another this year, though. Mac wins the Region 16 matchup at Jefferson. That was back on September 11th, and Mineral Area College was able to sweep that matchup. However, just 9 days later, Jeffco rebounded and knocked off the Cardinals in a tournament in Hutchinson and knocked them off 3-1. Some of the superlatives for these two teams: Mineral Area College, 17th in the country in attack percentage at .247 on the year. However, Mac has been without the services of Cindy Garcia-Penaloza for nearly half the season with an injury. And all she is, well, a returning All-American, hitting .448 on the year. That's 6th in the country in attack percentage. She was just a stalwart for him as a freshman and really was the centerpiece of a team that was returning with high hopes this year. But the Cardinals have managed to work around it and hopefully find a little consistency. But just as soon as that happens, their setter, Laura Dinezzi, rolls her ankle as well. And so now they're trying to figure out the timing under new setter, Mary Zink. Tim Copeland very high on this setter out of Munster, Germany. But it's all about working together and everybody trying to find that common timing with hitters, setters, and, of course, the passers. For the Jefferson College Vikings, Ida Steiger says that it really starts with defense for her team. And when you begin that discussion, you start with Milena Medus. She's a freshman from Argentina, and she leads the entire country in digs, 565 of them on the year, to be precise. That's 7.15 first set. That leads all of the NJCAA. We'll hear from both head coaches as we move along on our Fleegs Equipment pregame show. Fleegs Equipment in St. Genevieve and Leadington. Fleegs Equipment for all your lawn, farm, and garden equipment needs. Let their family serve your family. Highway 32 in St. Genevieve and on the Outer Service Road at the Leadington exit. Online 24/7 at Fleegs.com. So we step aside for 1 minute, and when we come back, we'll talk with Ida Steiger, the Jefferson Vikings head coach, right here on the MyMoInfo Sports Stream.
This is Dr. Karen Melton at Hearing Care Partners. We hope you don't miss a single thing this sports season. Stop by for a free hearing screening so you'll hear every play and the person sitting right next to you. One of the best parts of the game is chatting with old friends and making new ones. We wish all our local players a safe and healthy sports season. It's Hearing Care Partners. Find us online at hearingcarepartners.com.
Fall is here and winter is on the way. This is Randy from Gifford Lumber Company in Farmington, and we're always ready to help you get what you need no matter what the season may be. Plumbing, electrical, hardware, lumber, tools, and so much more. Stop by and see us. Check the Makita, Yeti, and Traeger grill inventory. We're Gifford Lumber Company, and we're hometown proud. Located on Potosi Street in Farmington.
Gifford Lumber Company in Farmington, hometown proud.
Great to be joined by Coach Steiger now at Jeffco and on the road here at MAC tonight. You got him at you got him at Hutch. They beat you in your place, so you've split with MAC so far this year. The match that you won, what did you do really well in that one?
Well, Tim had a little lineup change during that match, but it's gonna come down to defense. I know we're scrappy, so receiving defense, but I'm more particular on defense. I'm talking blocking.
Yep.
we can look completely different team when we block, and blocking up by meaning taking some spots that we defense can play around. It's not necessarily having blocks,
Right.
There's the difference between good block. It's great if you got the block, but if you set up the block for defense to play around, that's good too. So I think serve receive will be a big key. I noticed the last, the couple games that we struggled, so our serve receive went down. We passed everything in the middle of the court. You can't run offense. That's how it is. So I think serve receive and blocking will be one of those. If we serve receive, we might see offense. We have different teams. Who knows which team gonna show up today? I hope a good one. A good match. It's a good group of kids. They are junior college for a reason. Sometimes it's, they takes them a couple years to grow, a couple years, to develop, and it's my job to push that. So.
Yeah. When you talk about serve receive or even defending in a certain respect, it's not often that we get to see someone that actually leads the country in a statistical category, but you've got one with Medus in leading the country in digs. There can be different kind of reasons for a person doing that, but what about her skill set allows her to kind of thrive in that position?
She's great. I think, I always say defense is attitude, and she has plenty of that. We played how many games now? 19? Somewhere in that 20. I have not seen her have a bad game.
Really?
Yeah, she's good. Now, does she get in a slump? Sure, but most of the time not on defense. It's most of the time on serve receiver she does get a little dip down, She's great. I have nothing, She just gets hands on it. She goes for everything. She's definitely, fun to watch.
So only a couple weeks left in the regular season before it's tournament time. What do you want to see out of your club in terms of kind of fine-tuning things to make sure you're playing really well at the end of the year?
I think I want us to be more consistent still.
Yeah.
I think, like I tell them all the time, we have a plan as a team. Don't deviate from it. It doesn't matter what you think. It's what the plan we come up.
Yeah.
And let the coaches do their part. If we see the plan doesn't work, let us figure out what to adjust instead you trying to adjust. And then, of course, when one player decides to do her own thing, everything falls.
Right.
It's like a tripod. One foot down. So I think the consistency you see when they get in the rhythm and consistency and actually carries out the direction, which 18, 19-year-old kids sometimes it takes a set or two for them to click and actually, this works, But I think that, it's just consistency, we still a little bit too much roller coaster, maybe not by points, but more for, one set will look great, next set, we'll look like we never played volleyball before. So, and I think it starts, with serve receive, really. I think.
Back to that again.
Yeah, back to it, because when we don't have tall 6'2", 6'3" kids, we have scrappy kids, and we need that serve receive to run it, because we sometimes can't overcome those big blocks, if we just, everybody knows we're going to set outside or right side, so we need those good passes.
That is Tiger joining us on the pregame show on the MyMo Info Sports Stream. We're back after this.
Everybody loves Mario's Italia. They serve the best Italian food in the area. Pizza, pasta, salad, sub sandwiches, calzones, and my personal favorite, the stromboli. Huge, large portions with the freshest ingredients. You'll be satisfied with all of their choices. Check out their full menu online at mariositalia.com. Dine in or have it delivered, or have them cater your next special event. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week. Mario's Italia, located in the factory at the corner of 1st and A Streets in downtown Farmington.
Good call on McDonald's for lunch.
Yeah, let's eat.
Okay, we have the oh yeah for me.
Can you hand me my
Yep, and here are a couple of woot-woots to share.
I love my woohoo!
Oh, sounds like Stacy went to McDonald's too.
Celebrate the Cardinals with a Big Mac for $1 when you buy one at regular price. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for product of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
The Doe Run Company, providing the minerals and metals we need to power our future.
Great to be joined by Tim Copeland on our Fleegs Equipment pregame show, Mineral Area College head coach. And
I know you added a couple matches, but you really haven't been home a whole lot to enjoy your home court here at Mineral Area College. And I know the last few years you've really built that support here and got some good crowds. So I know it's probably nice to be here, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we only had six games on our schedule the whole year for home games, and we lost the one that we canceled. But so it is nice to be home. Obviously, the fans will be, baseball team will be here. There's people here already, so it's always nice to be home and not have to travel for sure.
1 up and 1 down with Jeffco this year, and you guys were able to knock them off during region play, which is nice, and then lost a non-conference one in a tournament game. But what were the differences in those two matches, did you feel like?
I think that, they're playing better, from the day one, like we played them early at their place in 1-3. I think they're playing better as a team. They got a lot of freshmen on their team, so they're starting to, mesh a little bit, start to figure each other out. So I think we got the hutch. We didn't play as hard as we should, as intensity we should, but they played better and, just beat us. So, I think it'll be a good night, good game tonight for competition both ways. And I think the team that comes out the hardest and works the hardest probably win.
I mean, you can't just replace an All-American when she gets injured, but have you started at least to adjust a little bit to that?
Well, in Iowa we changed the lineup 3 times, so I got a different middle. I got a different middle than I started last week. So we have a different right side, different middle again. We only got 3 weeks left to go. So it's more about trying to find energy and fight and fire out of players, and we got 2 or 3 that are bringing it every night, but then we got another 1 or 2 that kind of go through the motions, and it's not what I need. I need a little energy, so we're trying to find that spark plug. Like tonight, Soul's usually a right side, outside kind of kid, and all weekend at Iowa she played middle and did a good job, so she's going to play middle tonight. So, Kaylee's not going to be in the middle, but she might be on the right side. So, I don't know. We're still trying. Seriously, we're just trying to flip coins every day and say, okay, who's going to play, who's not, who's going to bring it, who's not. Laura's not going to set tonight, so she's out setter-wise. So it's just kind of one of those deals. A 3 or 4 week span, we've had a lot of negatives and stuff.
I know when you lose, a player like Cindy to an injury, and hopefully she'll be back for the postseason, you lose so much firepower. But when you lose a setter, do you actually lose even more timing when something like that happens?
Well, Laura set all beginning of the year. The first 20 games she was my setter, and Mary is a good setter. Thought it would be a lot of competition when she got here, but she got hurt the first couple weeks and couldn't set for 3 weeks, so she was behind. So it's kind of Laura kind of took over, and she set 1,000 balls, and Mary's only set 100. Through the first 8 weeks or whatever. So it's just a matter of getting her unrusty and getting her a little more in sync with the players, because she's a little early, she's a little high on ball. It's just a little different. So obviously the tournament helped because she played the whole weekend in Iowa for our setting, which helped us a little bit get in sync. But it's still a matter of timing and all that's a big deal.
It's not a whole lot. Often you get to see a player that actually leads the country in a stat, but we'll get to see that tonight. And Matus for the Vikings leads the country in digs per set. I suppose there could be a variety of reasons for that, but what about her abilities when you look across the net allows her to be able to do that?
Well, the one thing about their entire team is they're scrappy. Even when we played them up there, they didn't let balls drop. They played with intensity. They didn't want to lose. We wound up coming out with a win up there, but it was not easy for us. Every ball come back, and she's a good defensive player. She reads well and she moves well. So we worked on stuff this week about not hitting to people, but hitting to spots that there's nobody there. It's like don't hit to where there's somebody at, because they're going to dig it. Hit it to the spot there's not a player. So hopefully we'll use some of what we worked on and find holes instead of people.
All right, Tim Copeland joining us on our Fleets Equipment pregame show. We're back after this right here on the MIMO Info Sports Stream.
When it comes to choosing a pharmacy that can give you exceptional customer service and the best prices, you need to visit Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Bigger stores don't always mean bigger savings. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy is a preferred provider for many insurance plans, including TRICARE and SilverScript, and our employees work hard at making sure you receive the best prices possible. It's time to step out of the line and come see us in Deloge, Fredericktown, Ironton, and Farmington. Parkland Health Mart is your first choice for excellent customer care.
So Jefferson College and Mineral Area College just getting ready to get underway. Let's check that weather now, but particularly because we've got softball on the air on some of our other stations. We're at 49 degrees right now in the heart of the Parkland. We're checking the weather brought to you by the Doe Run Company, providing the minerals and metals we need to power our future. We've got softball on the air on AM 800 KREI. Farmington playing against Poplar Bluff. And then also on AM 1400 KJEF, Festus plays against Lutheran South and DeSoto against the St. Louis Notre Dame squad. So we're busy with those ball games for you as well. Farmington, by the way, was leading Poplar Bluff 3-0 early on in that one. Our New Era Bank first serve coming up. And it's easy to save your coins and change with New Era Bank's Roundup Savings. To see how easy, visit your local New Era Bank or go online at newerabank.com. Member FDIC. Mineral Area College in their black shorts. They're in their charcoal gray tops with white numbers and a black outline and red letters and a black outline. And then mostly red and a few white stripes along the shoulders. Except for their libero, Emily Grief. She's in her red jersey. For the Jefferson College Vikings, they will be in their gray tops with white numbers, blue shorts, and their libero, Malena Medus, is in her red jersey with blue and white stripes across the top. Medus, of course, leading the entire country in digs, 565 of those, 7.15 per set on the year. Your first serve coming up right after this timeout on your MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Champions are made here. On our courts, on our fields, and in our classrooms. Why settle for ordinary when you could be part of greatness? Mineral Area College. Become a Cardinal today.
Hi, this is Brad Smith at your home with the No Bull Deal, Lucas Smith Chrysler Center. What is the No Bull Deal? It's simple. It's a deal no other Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep dealer offers. Sure, you can shop around, but we're confident that you will come home to our way of doing business. We take the nationally advertised programs one step further and offer you the lowest locally advertised price, and we guarantee it. So whether you see us first or see us last, we are the dealer that will give you the best No Bull deal and service anywhere. We are Lucas Smith Chrysler Center in Festus, or check us out at lucassmith.com.
We broadcast from the Mineral Area College broadcast booth courtside here at the Bob Seacrest Fieldhouse in Park Hills. The Mineral Area College Cardinals will be pushing it from my right to my left as I look at and describe the action to you in our first set of action. That means, of course, that Jeffco going to be pushing it from my left to my right as I look at and describe the action for you tonight. We've got more volleyball on the air as we push forward. We'll have district volleyball for you in the coming weeks from our area high schools, and we will have more Mineral Area College volleyball for you as well over the next couple of weeks. MAC against West Plains coming up next Wednesday, and then 2 weeks from yesterday, the final home match against Lincoln Land. They'll have their Midnight Madness with the basketball teams, part of the fun as well, as we consult our Hearing Care Partners broadcast schedule. Hearing Care Partners, they listen so you can hear. First serve from the Vikings now, it's Mackenzie Rogers. Mackenzie with 17 aces on the season. Strides into her serve, jumps up, slaps it over, dug in the back row by Bosler. Zink sets on a back set over to the right side. Petrie with a full swing at it, does a nice job of getting it over, but it's chased down by Jefferson. Beeler actually tracked it down on the MAC side, outside of the net, tossed it back to her side, but it's a free ball that time, and Mac detonates it from Portell to earn the first point of the match. Elena Rooks actually leads this team in kills, and she's on the floor now. 219 kills for her on the year. Only 120 for Penaloza, who would lead them if she was healthy. A 1-0 lead for Mac. Busenbark serving it now, and the set to the 10-foot line to Oliveira. She pumps it into the back row. Zink sets left side. Rooks with the right hand, hammers it off the block. Oliveira digs it out at the 10-foot line, and Beeler with the free ball over. Quick set by Zink that time over to the right side, and it's pounded over by Portell, but the block is ready for her, and Corals deflects it back to the MAC side, and the point goes to the Vikings. You heard Ida Steiger say in our pregame show that really is the key for her team playing defense, and she said it all starts with the block. Well, a good block by the Vikings right there. They average 2.04 blocks per set. Over to the left side now, full swing from Rooks. She goes over the block that time, but it's long, and a 2-1 lead for the Vikings. Jeffco serving it, Magdalena Bostal, freshman from Argentina. 11 aces for her on the season. Jeffco serving it, leading it 2-1. The dig from Grief, the set from Zink, back set off the heel of Portel's hand into the middle of the floor on the Jeffco side. A slap by Oliveira down the line and paints the line off the block. A touch for Mack and a 3-1 lead for the Jefferson College Vikings. Vikings on top. Bostall continues her service game. She'll serve from the right side. She's right-handed as well. Skips into her serve. It's a jump serve. Slight topspin. Buzark digs it out. Zink to the left side for Rooks. Rooks off the block. It's right back at Mack. Busenbark now hitting from the back row. Just about found an open spot. Maydus does a great job getting under it and saves it. Now Busenbark does the same thing. She dives and saves it. Portel sends it over on a half hack to the middle now, and it's a lob from Quarles over to the Mack side. A set from Grief to the right side. Portel hammers it over with the right hand. It's dug out of the back row by Jeffco, but into the net and down. And Mineral Area College wins that great rally. A 3-2 lead for Jeffco. Mack serving in now. It's Silvia Monsanti, a freshman out of Italy from Latina, Italy. Just one ace for her on the year. Serves it into the back row. Set to the left side for Oliveira. Dive in the back row. Busenbark with an effective pass to Zink, who comes all the way across the floor. That's to Rooks. Rooks hammers it over down the left side line. And then hitting from the 10-foot line is Bostall. And she finds a gap in the defense. Some open floor. And Jeffco leads it 4-2. Jeffco defeating Mack earlier this year at 3-1. And that happened just 9 days after Mack swept them in Hillsboro. You heard Tim Copeland say Jeffco probably wasn't playing at their best early in the year. They really started to pick it up, though, after the Mack match. Maydus steps into her serve. Busenbark digs it out to Zink in the front row. Zink to the left side, Rooks. Rooks hammers it over the top of the block into the back row, and not even the great defense from the Vikings can dig it out that time. And a 4-3 lead for Jeffco. Here comes Laura Denezi. Denezi, the usual setter for this team, but with a tender ankle, she's just going to play that back row for Mack. Denezi actually leads the team in assists at 7.43 per set on the year, but her role adjusting a little bit with the injury. Into the back row, Maydus digs it out, and they quickly get it to the front row where Morera detonates one and gets her 99th kill of the year. A 5-3 lead for Jefferson. Fritsch checks into the ball game, sophomore from St. Louis, and here comes Laura Neves. She's a freshman from Brazil. Most of the Vikings are internationals. Most of the Cardinals are stateside with a mix of internationals. Laura Neves serving it. Denezi digs it out and plays it to Zink right down the middle. It's Santos Raig. Turns, powers it down. The point goes to the Cardinals. You heard Tim Copeland says Raig isn't necessarily completely comfortable and used to playing that middle spot, but best option they have right now and doing a nice job with it. And a 5-4 lead for Jeffco. Here's Bosler serving it for Mack. Slight top spin there. Bostall digs it out. A back set that time to the left side of the floor. Oliveira hits it off the net and into the net. And the point goes to Mack, and we're tied up at 5. So 5-5 in the first set. Mineral Area College continues to serve. Sydney Bosler from St. Genevieve. 14 aces on the year. Rolls that off the net. And a pancake save by Bostall. Does a tremendous job saving that one. A shot by Oliveira off the block and out of bounds. It touched the Cardinals last. A 6-5 lead for Jeffco. See Mack's foundation director, Kevin Thurman, and our color commentator on our basketball broadcasts overwatching the action here on the floor. Zink setting left side, and there's Bailey Petrie. Hammers it into the block, and the ball continues to stay alive on the other side. But the full shot there by Bostall is into the block, and there is Solimar Santos Raig. They call her Sol. And in the interest of ease and brevity, I'll call her Sol on the broadcast as well. Solimar Santos Raig, a sophomore out of Puerto Rico, sets the block up right there. Her 20th block of the year. 6-6, we're all tied up. Digging the back row, Bostall, and a quick set to the middle, and Morera pounds that one down, and that's before the back row can get completely set, and it's deflected off the Cardinals and outs, and the Vikings take another 1-point lead, 7-6. Rogers, Mackenzie Rogers, the usual setter on this team, has most of the sets. Should have some help along the way. Zink back set that time, and a nifty read by Bonsanti. She read it right. She just misplayed it. Bonsanti looking at the double block that time. Used her fish to doink it over the top of the double block, but pushed it wide. Right decision, wrong execution. And an 8-6 lead for Jeffco. And Morera serves it into the net. On the service error, Mack is within a point. An 8-7 lead for Jeffco, as we see Coach Gary Koch of the women's basketball team enjoying the action as well. We'll have the basketball team in kind of a glorified practice coming up on the Midnight Madness. We'll tell you about them and introduce you to them after Mineral Area College plays against Lincoln Land in a volleyball match coming up in a couple of weeks on Tuesday the 29th. 8-7 lead for Jeffco. Mack sets up the block, sends it right to them. Now a set to the left side. Bostall into the Mack zone. Zink sets to the back row now. Bosler hits from there. Up to the net. Blocked right back down to the Mack by Quarles. But they send it right back to her. Bostall with a full shot. Mack sets up the block. And a shot by Bonsanti this time as they caught the Vikings out of rotation and found the floor. And we're tied at 8. Good rally. Mineral Area College serving it here. It's Zink stepping back to serve. Mary Zink from Munster, Germany. Serves it over into the back row. Chasing it down right there is Neves to set it up. She plays it to Boston left side, 10-foot line. And now a joust at the net. A rally, really more of a hit by Bonsanti, but it's blocked right back to her by Quarles. Tremendous timing by Quarles. Leads this team with 77 blocks on the year. That's 1%, and that puts her in the top 50 in the country. A 9-8 lead for Jeffco. Mackenzie Rogers out of St. Louis, serving it for Jefferson College. 6 aces for Rogers on the year. Slight backspin, and it's a service error. She slaps this one clean left of the floor as Blair Busenbark checks in for the Cardinals along with Elena Rooks. Rooks out of Chicago. Busenbark, a Farmington product. Farmington's been good to this Mineral Area College program. We see Ainsley Finch, a Farmington graduate, here enjoying. She played some tremendous back row for Mack last year. Here's a set by Zink, left side. Great elevation by Rooks, but she pops that one out of bounds. Boy, Rooks really had risen above the net that time and looked like she was in good shape for a kill, but mishit it left of the sideline there, and a 10-9 lead for the Vikings. Here's a set by Zink right back to Rooks. Rooks takes a little pace off of that one and does find the floor, but it's dug out of the back row, and they push it up to the front row to Oliveira, and Oliveira just smashes it down the left sideline for another point by Jeffco. An 11-9 lead for Jeffco, and we're in set number 1. The Vikings 9-11 on the year. The Cardinals 15-8. Matt going 2-2 in a tournament at Iowa Western this past weekend. Portell powers it right through the block that time. Down and in, and Mineral Area College is within a point, an 11-10 lead for Jeffco as Sol checks back in. Serving it for Mac. Bonsanti serves it from my right to my left. Bonsanti into the middle back. Dug in the back row by Medus, and they go back to the left, so, and that's Oliveira once again. And Andresa Oliveira, she has got a gun. Just 5'9", but reminds me a little bit of Jane Kickham, who played here 2 years ago and had such tremendous elevation. Was only 5'8" or 5'9", but tremendous athlete, elevated and had great hitting prowess. And Oliveira looks a little bit like Jane, the All-American for Mac. The block by Jefferson right back to the Cardinals. Down on the floor, and Jeffco leads by 3 here, 13-10. Largest lead for Jeffco here in the first set. Medus serving it once again. Medus out of Argentina. Medus into the back row. Busenbark digs. Here's Zink now at the 10-foot line. Distributes over to the left side, and Rooks hammers this one long once again. So 2 out of the last 3 from Rooks. She's just punched it out of bounds. Hit it wide left, hit it long. Took a little pace off. And the one that was in between and didn't have enough on it to power it past the defense. So 0 for her last 3 on kills, just flat missed 2 of them. And a 14-10 lead for the Vikings, and a timeout now on the floor. We step aside for 30 seconds here at Mineral Area College with the Vikings leading by 4, set number 1.
For 57 years, the staff at Farmington Presbyterian Manor have dedicated ourselves to providing our community the best independent living, assisted living, skilled nursing, memory care, and short-term rehab. We are proud to be part of the Parkland community and provide the quality health care you deserve. Call 573-756-6768 today and schedule a visit to find out more about Farmington Presbyterian Manor.
There's a McDonald's fast break timeout. McDonald's, where your Egg McMuffin always made with a freshly cracked egg. Another great reason to wake up to the favorites you love. McDonald's. 14-10, the Jefferson College Vikings leading the Mineral Area College Cardinals here in set number 1. Mac playing this home match. They swept Jeffco in Hillsboro earlier this year. Malena Medus continues to serve for Jeffco into the back row, got up into the chest of Grief, but she keeps it alive. And now here's Portell hitting just in front of that 10-foot line and hits it out. So Mineral Area College has really gone cold with its accuracy here. A 15-10 lead for Jeffco. Mac 17th in the country in attack percentage, 247. So usually an accurate attacking team. And now from the left side, Rooks powers it through the block. Jeffco keeps it alive now, and Bostel hits from the 10-foot line. Grief sets it up to the right side. Portell off the heel of her right hand, rolls it over the top of the block. Jeffco keeps it alive, though. And now they slam it into the back row. Grief now to Zink. Zink setting to the back row, and that's Busenbark. Pushes it over with two hands. They set to the left side. Oliveira into the back row. Looked like it was going long. Busenbark continues to play it, though, and now slaps it with the heel of her left hand. Over into the back row. Bostel dives, saves it. Back to Oliveira off the block. Great dig by Busenbark. A set by Zink to the left side. Rooks powers it through the double team block. Down and in, and a big point for Mac. 15-11, Jeffco leading it. Mineral Area College gains the serve back. And here comes Laura Danesi bouncing back onto the floor. Danesi will serve for the right side. Nice play by Busenbark from the back row. Laura with the green ponytail holder into the back row. Bostal digs it out. They set to the right side. Beeler off the block. Grief keeps it alive. Zink setting left side. That's for Rooks. Missed times. They have to go off the heel of her hand. Bostel digs it out again. Back to Oliveira. That one went off the antenna and out. And so Mineral Area College gains another point. And 15-12, Jeffco leads it here in the first set. Danesi, the server. And Danesi hammers this one well long. So a service error for Mac. A little free point for Jeffco right there. Farmington of Poplar Bluff playing in Class 4 District 1 softball on AM 800 KREI. The end of the second inning. Bluff has tied him up now at 3 apiece. 16-12. Jefferson on top. Their largest lead has been 5. They led 15-10. Grief misplays this one. A diving effort over there by Danesi. Can't keep it alive. That was a very difficult serve to gauge as it closed in on Grief. It floated to her right and got in on her chest and up on her bicep. 17-12, a 5-point lead for Jeffco. Busenbark steps up and takes this one. And a slap over by Soul into the back row. Kept alive. And a little punch that time by Fritsch. She tried to feather that one over the double team block, but the Mineral Area College blockers levitated and slapped it right back to her. Rooks and Soul setting up the block right there on the left side of the Mineral Area College defensive net and deflected that one back down and in. A 17-13 lead for the Vikings. Mac looking for the comeback here in set number 1. Bosler fires this one long. 2 of the last 3 serves by Mineral Area College out. And an 18-13 lead for Jeffco. A 5-point advantage. Jeffco serving it with Oliveira. She's been impressive as a hitter so far. Leads them in kills on the year, 266 of those. Little top spin on the serve and an overpass by Grief. Pounded back down and in by Morera. And nobody on the Mac's side steps up to dig it out. So the overpass compounded by the miscommunication, and now a 6-point lead for Jeffco, 19-13. And Oliveira continues to serve. Knuckleball shot this time. Grief lifts it up, Over to the right side, off the heel of her hand, Soul. A diving attempt at the back row by the Vikings. Oliveira keeps it alive. And now Grief steps up to dig out the cross-court knock. Petrie rises up. Tries to keep this one alive. In the back row, Bosler plays it over on the free ball. Jeffco setting right to the middle. Flying high is Morera. And the officials want to talk this one over. Mineral Area College going to substitute as Bonsanti checks back in. It looks like Mineral Area College has captured the point, but we'll wait for the official ruling from the up official and the down official. They wanted to have a discussion on this one as we check out our Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy scoreboard. A 19-14 lead at the present anyway for the Jeffco Vikings here in set number 1. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy committed to improving the health of their patients and positively impacting the communities they serve. So the scoreboard will stay the same, it appears, 19-14, and Mineral Area College serving it. And Mac will have Emily Grief out of Farmington serving it here. She stands with her left shoulder facing the net, walks straight, so along that back line, and then serves it over. Morera off the top of the net, deflected it into the Mac zone over to the left side. Petrie. Timing's not great. Petrie plays it over, but now it's a free ball. Zink, back set, roll around, slide by Bonsanti, around Zink, fires it from the right side, and then Bostall in the back row off the heel of her hand. Right back to the right side, Bonsanti. Vikings keep it alive with the block. Back set, that's for Fritsch. Fritsch down the right sideline. Great hustle by Grief as she chases this one all the way underneath the balcony and nearly into the tunnel, but cannot keep it alive. And the Vikings lead it 20-14 in set number 1. Morera stepping in to serve it, a freshman from Brazil. Mineral Area College fans trying to get behind their team from President Dr. Gilgore all the way down. Nice slide on the knees by Bosler to keep it alive as she digs it back out. The hammer by Petrie out of Winfield, and now here's a slap over a double team block by Bostall. It gets over the top of the double team block and down, and a 21-14 advantage. Jeffco has taken control of this first set. Morera serves it right in the middle of the net. A free point for the Cardinals. Portel checking back in for Mac. 21-15. Vikings by 6. Zink serving it for the Cardinals. Looks over to her coach, Tim Copeland. He'll direct her where to serve it. She plays it down that right sideline. Bostall digs it out. Flat-footed Corals just kind of keeps it alive off the heel of her hand. It's a back row hit last time for Bosler, and that'll allow the Vikings to play in system, but they pound this one too long and out off the right hand of Fritsch. And 21-16 now the score. Vikings led by as many as 7 at 21-14. And now Mineral Area College has Zink serving in again to the back row. Oliveira digs it out. Corals off the side of her hand, nearly angled it in for the point. And now here's a full hack by Portel. It's off a double team block. Back to Mack. Reaching out with her left hand. Bosler couldn't keep it alive. And another point for Jeffco as they are closing in on set number 1. Only 3 points away. 22-16. The Vikings will send Rogers to the service line. Rogers leaps up, slight top spin. Bosler digs it out. Zink back set, right side Petrie into the block, but right back down on the Mac side. Ida Steiger told us the block would be key, and so far her team blocking better than is Mineral Area College, and they lead at 23-16. 2 points away from claiming the first set. Rogers off the tape. Down on the Mac side. Grief slides to keep it alive. Over to the left side. Portel muscles up, powers it through, and claims a point for Mac. 23-17. Mineral Area College with a lot of heavy lifting to do here. As Poplar Bluff has taken the lead over Farmington 4-3 in district play on AM 800. KRAI. 23-17. Jeffco leading it here. Mac, no room for errors, service, or other. Over to the left side, full swing by Bostel. Off the dig attempt that time by Grief, and we've arrived at set point. 24-17. The Vikings leading this team by 7. And Bostall serving for the set. Steps into it. Knuckleball shot. Grief digs it out. Quick set Zink left side. That's for Rooks. Rooks down and off of the dig by Rogers, who sends it out of bounds. And Mineral Area College hangs on at least one more point. 24-18 the score now. And the Vikings going to try to win the set on the defensive end now. The serve by Bonsanti. Dug in the back row. That's Medus. Medus to the front row. Corals hammers it down but out. That one's wide left. And it's now 24-19. But the Vikings have the luxury of having some points to play with, having led by 7 points at 21-14. The lead now 5, 24-19, but still 5 set points. And once again, the serve by Bonsanti. Medus digs it out. They go over to the left side. Oliveira knocks it into the back row. Boozy digs it out. Now to the right side off the heel of her hand. Portell into the back row. Bostel digs it out. They set to the right side now, and a cross-court chop at it that time by Beeler, but that one goes wide. And Mineral Area College staying alive. 24-20 the score. Still a long way to go. Bonsanti serving it. Bonsanti with a couple of successful serves in a row. Try it again. Slight top spin. Medus digs it out. Set to the far left side. Oliveira into the block. Good job by Portell to keep it alive. Back row hit by Busenbark. And the beauty! Busenbark kills it from the back row. Best shot of the set so far for Mack. A missile from the back row. And Mack stays alive. 24-21. Jeffco leads, but a timeout Vikings. We're back in 30 seconds right here on the MIMO Info Sports Stream.
Family, health, home. Comtree has been a leader in providing health care to you and your family for over 45 years. What started as mental health services has expanded to dental care, primary care, and many community services. We are your home for health care. We invite you to join the Comtree family tree. Call 877-COMTREE or visit us online at comtree.org to schedule an appointment. Welcome to our family tree.
Well, so far that's a kill of the match, and it comes from a back row defensive player. Tremendous play that time by Busenbark. So Busenbark has so far, our kill of the game. And here comes Bonsanti to try to keep it alive for Mack. 24-21. Jeffco still leading it, still at set point right here. Mineral Area College sets up the block. Rooks and Santos. And Mack still hanging on. 24-22. And Bonsanti continues to serve for Mack. Once again, no margin for error. Bonsanti into the back row. Medus keeps it alive. Oh, there's Corals to win it for the Vikings. Quanisha Coral says enough of this. She comes off of her trampoline and powers it down and in. Well, Mack made it interesting in the end, but Jefferson College, after building that 7-point advantage in the first set, hangs on to win it, 25-22. Your second set coming up in 2 minutes at the MIMO Info Sports Stream.
Have you ever misplaced your debit card and worried while you try to find it? Hi, Paul Hale here at New Era Bank, and our new app offers Secure Swipe. Secure Swipe allows you to turn your debit card on or off from the convenience of your cell phone. While your card is off, you have the safety of knowing that no one can access your account from your debit card. Download our new app today and get this and many other new features. Call or visit any of our locations to get more information, or visit our website at www.newerabank.com. New Era Bank, member FDIC.
From mailboxing to packing, the UPS Store does everything for small business, including printing. Because running your own business means you're also in charge of marketing and promoting. And our printing experts can help with professional business carding, menuing, postering, all the inks to get people, well, buzzing. The UPS Store. Every ink for small business. And of course, shipping.
Hi, this is Jim, owner of the UPS Store in Festus. See us now at our new location at 650 North Creek Drive next to Tiger Express Car Wash.
What was that noise? What's she out there doing? Flying around on her broom again. Clarissa, what you doing on that new Hustler mower?
Easy, Mower Mouse. I'm taking it for a spin. Mowing the grass. Hello? It may be October, but mowing season isn't over. There's still plenty of grass to cut down, maintain, and
here, I thought you were out here flying around on your broom again. Turns out, You're just mowing and blowing out the competition.
That's right, Jason. Everybody deserves the fast-moving flight a Hustler mower provides and the low price we can offer here at Fliggs. That will blow out all the competition.
See us today at Fliggs Equipment in St. Genevieve on Highway 32 and on the Outer Service Road in Leadington, just off Highway 67. Online 24/7 at Fliggs.com.
Fliggs Equipment. Let our family serve your family.
Well, the Jefferson College Vikings win set number 1. Let's take a look at a little bit of a breakdown of set number 1 on our set 1 recap here, courtesy of Gilster Mary Lee, hiring Class A CDL drivers and graduates. Benefits and bonuses. Call Mike Welker, 1-800-851-5371. And Jeffco was able to build a 7-point advantage at 21-14. Mineral Area College with a nice run, a 6-1 run to give themselves a chance. But Jeffco goes to their hitter after that, Quarles, to come up with the kill and claim the first set. So Mineral Area College down 1-0. Jeffco leading it. The grudge match between these two. And Mac starts the second set with a serve by Zink. Right back to Mac now. Petrie feathers it over the top of a double team block. The Vikings have it, and they chunk it into the net. That was Beeler. Little smile and the shrug from her. Says, yeah, just mistimed it that time. Mac with the first lead in set number 2. Oh, we had our first kill of the match. Great job. The spike of the match brought to us by Caldwell Banker Halsey Real Estate. That came from Blair Busenbark for Mac in that first set. This spike goes out of bounds by the Vikings, and Mac leads 2-0. Zink continues her serve. Mary Zink, she's taken over primary setting duties with the injury to the starting setter Danesi for Mineral Area College. Back row dig, that's Bosler. Zink with a back set this time. That's to the right side, and Kaylee Portell reaches back and smokes one into the right corner. A 3-0 lead for the Cardinals. We hope to speak to both coaches after the game on our Home Pools and Spas post-game show. Serve goes long for Zink and a 3-1 lead for Mac here in set number 2. 25-22, the set 1 victory for the Vikings. Grief digs in the back row. Zink hustles over, goes for the back set, but she needed about another half step to find the right angle, and they call her for the double hit right there. Mac leads 3-2. Vikings looking to tie it up with Magdalena Bostal from Argentina, a freshman serving it. Side spin on the serve, overpass. Quarles tried to poach it and hammer it back down and in, gets it to the back row. Mac saves it, and this time Portell pokes it off of the net. Did it hit the block, though, is the question before it went out of bounds. And I believe that they say that it did. Still no point on the board, and now they do give Mac that point, a 4-2 lead for the Cardinals here in set 2. Busenbark steps in to serve it. Blair with 27 aces on the year leads the team in that category. Very strong servers for the Mineral Area College Cardinals. A freshman from Farmington and another near ace as Boston kept it alive. Oliveira off the heel of her hand. Zink now setting over to the left side. That's for Rooks. Rooks hammers it into the back row. Back set by Rogers now. That's for Beeler. Beeler off the block. Max sends it right back to him. And now rising high, Oliveira took a little bit off, went over the top of the block that time, tried to curl it in. Full hack at it this time by Rooks from Chicago. And the Chi-Town Steamer hammers it into the back row for the point. A 5-2 lead for Mineral Area College as Busenbark continues her service game. Tremendous shot by Rooks right there. Into the back row on her knees. Medus keeps it alive. There was Quarles. A little half addict, just kind of bumped it back over to the Cardinals. And that allows Kaylee Portell to roll around, spike it off the block and out. And Mineral Area College leading it 6-2. Their largest lead in either one of these sets so far. Best of 5 here in college volleyball as Busenbark served that one over. And the umpire says Mack was out of rotation. And so the point goes to the Vikings, 6-2 now, or 6-3 now. So the Vikings libero, Malena Medus, steps back to serve it. Knuckleball shot into the back row. Grief digs. Quick set by Zink. Bouncing on it is Bonsalti. A diving attempt by Jeffco. They can't get there in time. And a nifty set by Zink. And then a quick hop by Bonsanti on the pogo stick. And Mack leads by 4, 7-3. Nice play. First set of the match so far. That was tremendous. Serve over by Bonsanti right here. Vikings try to keep it alive. They play it over on the free ball right here. Busenbark digs, quick set, and there's Soul. Pounds it into the back row. Even Medus can't pass it effectively there. And an 8-3 lead for the Cardinals. Terrific hit by Soul. Cardinals lead it by 5, 8-3. Mack a little slow starting in this match. They found a little rhythm here. Bonsanti continues to serve for the Cardinals. Serves from the right side of that basketball lane. If you're familiar with how this is all configured here. Oliveira took something off of it as she was staring straight into the double block set up by Soul and Portel. And Ida Steiger says, let's rearrange this a bit. Mineral Area College leads by 6 in set number 2, 9-3. And we're back in a minute on the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Dear movers and shakers, we know how you roll, and we're with you. We're with you on the tarmac or terrain. In the 2019 RAV4 Adventure, Limited, and Hybrid models. We're with you in the comfy Highlander with seating for up to 8 and advanced safety features standard. We're with you in the sharp 2019 Toyota Camry with its available cockpit red leather seats. And we're with you in the all-new 2020 Toyota Corolla, loaded with attitude and the latest tech. We're with you. Let's go, Toyota. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See Twin City Toyota I-55 at the Herculaneum Auto Mall exit. Don't think twice, think Twin City.
Jeffco wins the first set, 25-22. Mack on top in set number 2, 9-3. The timeout by Ida Steiger and Jeffco. And I guess she was wise to call it because it's a service error by Bonsanti just as soon as we come back. And a free point for the Vikings, 9-4. Mineral Area College on top here in set 2. Vikings will send Neves to the service line. Laura Neves, a freshman from Brazil, 10 aces for her on the year. Neves serving from that right corner across to the left side defense for Mack. Back set that time. Off the heel of Portel's hand. Portel, almost like an uppercut karate move with the heel of your hand. A radical chop at it with huge top spin off the heel and rolled it right over the net and down through the block. Tremendous play and a 10-4 lead for Mineral Area College. The largest lead here, the second set for Mack. The serve comes from Danesi. Ball kept alive as the set from Neves. And Oliveira looks for the cross-court winner and knocks it wide. An 11-4 lead for Mack. So really a huge swing in the first 2 sets. The Vikings led by 7 in set number 1. The Cardinals now lead by 7 here in set number 2. Danesi serves again, knuckleball shot. Digging the back row by Bostal, kept alive by Medus over to the left side. That's Oliveira. Oliveira keeps it in this time on the cross court. Kill attempt, but it's dug out by Grief. Overpass, Mack poaches it now. That was Zink right there at the net. Couldn't get enough on it for the kill shot, though. Danesi steps in, keeps it alive. Quick set, and it's Soul off the quick set, off the side of her hand, and spun it down and in. I'm not exactly sure if she meant to do it exactly that way, but effective nonetheless. And a 12-4 lead for Mack. Danesi continuing to serve. And a 12-4 advantage here for Mineral Area College. And we're early in the set. But Mack has taken control early on here as Dinesi chunks this one into the middle of the net. Free point for the Vikings. 2 of the 5 points for the Vikings have come from service errors by the Cardinals. And Oliveira steps in to serve this one. 6 aces for her on the year. Andresa Oliveira, tremendous athlete. Knocks this one into the back row. Grief digs. Full shot by Rooks. Got into that one. Got it off the block. Kept alive by the Vikings. Fritsch reaches back. Looks for the cross court. Deep in the left corner. Winner. Can't find the range, though. And she shot that one just a little deep. And it's a 13-5 lead for Mac. Matching their largest lead of the set. Here's Sydney Bosler. Stepping in to serve it for Mineral Area College. Slight topspin, dug out by Oliveira. Quick set to the middle. There's Morera. Dug in the back row, but it's an overpass by Dinesi. Kept alive, though, by Mack as the ball shot right back to him. Soul pounds it into the back row. Medus digs it out. Double block on the shot by Bostal. Right back to Jeffco. Back to Bostal. Off the block. Dinesi keeps it alive with the right hand. Sends it over. Punches it over. Over to the right side. Fritsch keeps it alive. Slams it into the Mac zone. A dig by Grief. Back row hit by Bosler. Kept alive by the Vikings. Neves over to the left side. Bostal. Bostal cross court off the block. Count the shot. And what an angle by Bostal that time. It was a double block set up by Soul and Zink. And Bostal just found a ridiculous angle on it as she cut that razor thin from her left side of the net to the right side as you look at Mac and found the range. A 13-6 lead for the Cardinals. Joust at the net, won by Mac. Then Corals grabs it and throws it over. And she'll get called for the lift right there. So Mac wins the joust. Corals tried to sneak in the little grab right there, couldn't do it. And a 14-6 lead for Mac, matching their largest here of the second set. Grief serving it, knuckleball shot. Bostal digs it out. Quick set, Neves. Corals jumps up, pounds it into the back row. Bosler digs it out, but can't control it and sends it out. Huge hit by Corals right there. 5'10 sophomore from Belleville, Illinois. And part of that pair of high leapers on the front row with Corals and Oliveira. 14-7, Mac has doubled up the Vikings. Rogers serving it for Jeffco. Rogers skipping into her serve. It's a jump serve. It's a knuckleball shot to the back row. Bosler, Zink rushes over to track it down. Dinesi plays it over on the free ball. Dig in the back row. Quick set to the middle this time. That's Bostal. And now a nice shot by Bosler. She looked for the left corner. Jeffco retreats to go grab it. It's deflected at the net. Dinesi plays it off of her shoulder and out of bounds. And the Vikings with a couple of points here in a row. A 14-8 lead for the Cardinals in set number 2. Vikings won set number 1, 25-22. Led that set by 7 at one time. Mac looked for the comeback. It was just too far to climb. Bosler digs out the serve, play to the middle, and a fingertip tap by Bonsanti. Not enough to fool the Vikings. A back row hit by Bosler. Dive and a dig by Medus. And now to the middle. That's Corals pushing it over with 2 hands. Here's a set to the left side. Petrie off the double block right back at Mac. Grief, back set, Zink. That's to the right side, Bonsanti. And Bonsanti squeezes it through the block, down and in, and Mac leads 15-8. Kaylee Portel strides back on the floor for Mac, a freshman from Festus. Portel leads the team in blocks with 32 on the year. However, second place is Penaloza. She's got 29, and she's played less than half the sets, been injured, and she's the All-American. So even though, yes, Portel leads in blocks, maybe a little bit deceptive in a certain respect. A 15-9 score now for the Cardinals as the Vikings punch this one off the block and out. Bostal serving it for Jeffco. Strides into it. Slight backspin. Grief the dig. Zink the set. Petrie comes from the right side into the back row. Bending low, Rogers keeps it alive. And now Beeler with a right-handed shot into the back row. And a dig by Grief to the right side. Portel hammers it off the block. A retreating Medus digs it back out. That's to Oliveira on the left side. And a dive, that time by Bosler. She does manage to dig it out from hitting the floor. But the call is that it was hit out. Now, I thought initially that Bosler had hit it out, but the officials rule no, the Vikings are the ones that hit it out that time. So Mac has it once again, and they lead it 16-9. And the strong serving Blair Busenbark steps to the service line for the Cardinals. Little side spin for her. Oliveira digs it out. Quick set to the middle that time. Corals elevating. Boy, she just jumped up there, stopped, looked around, surveyed the block, and dinked it over. What great lift by her, and she's got that right hand heavily taped as well, so she's playing on a little bit of an injured right hand as well. Here's the serve by Medus into the back row. Grief digs now. Here's Portell. Cross-court shot, in or out. And they're going to say in. And Ida Steiger said, I don't really think that was in. But Mineral Area, now the point has not actually been awarded yet to Mac. And it still hasn't been awarded, and now it finally is, so 17-10. So Steiger felt like it was wide. The corner judge says, no, that was in. So a 17-10 lead for Mac, and a double hit that time by the Vikings on the Busenbark serve. And Mineral Area College has really taken control of set number 2, 18-10. It looks like we're going to go at least 4 here tonight at the Bob Seacrest Fieldhouse, barring a comeback here in set 2 by Jeffco. And it would have to be a major one. Over to the right side, down the right side. Beeler trying to paint that line, can't do it. She's wide. And a 19-10 lead by the Cardinals. So the Vikings really hit their stride in the middle of set number 1. The Cardinals now have taken control here in set number 2. Bonsanti serves it over. Down to her knees. Bostel digs it out. Back set by Rogers. Here's a good dig by Zink. That forces Bonsanti to try to set. Zink, though, plays it underhanded and over to the Jeffco side. Morera bounces off the floor and pounds it through a late arriving block. And a point for the Vikings. 19-11. The Cardinals lead in set 2. Laura Neves checking in for Jeffco. Dr. Gilgore, president of the college, retrieves the ball and sends it over to the Vikings. There's Laura Neves serving it. 19-11, Mac leading in set 2. Grief digs out the serve. There's Zink set right to the middle, and there's Soul well off the floor and hammers it into the back row. Free ball played over right back to Soul now, and a dive on the floor, an attempt to keep it alive by Oliveira. She does manage to keep it off the floor, but can't find a teammate, and a 20-11 lead by Mineral Area College. A couple of good shots by Solomon Raig out of Puerto Rico, the sophomore. Tremendous student here at Mineral Area College, and a timeout by Ida Steiger and the Vikings. 20-11. Mac trailing by a set, but leading here in the second. And we're back in a minute on the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Hi, it's Hannah. At Cole's Tractor and Equipment, when you buy an LS tractor, you aren't getting the knockoff. You are getting to buy direct from the major brand maker, not the middleman. That's exactly why LS puts more standard features on the LS tractors and why you get the longer, better warranty with the best price. The best price because you won't be paying the middleman and you won't be paying those franchise fees. LS Tractor does offer the best warranty, and buyer after buyer knows that to be true. When you buy an LS tractor from Cole's Tractor, you are buying direct because we buy direct. You aren't buying the knockoff that others claim. You are cutting out the middleman, plain and simple. Don't just follow the herd, lead the herd with LS Tractors and Cole's Tractor and Equipment.
See Cole's Tractor and Equipment 1 mile east of Farmington on Highway 32, or give them a call at 573-756-4353. That's 573-756-4353. And don't forget to check them out on Facebook.
22-11, Mineral Area College leads here in set number 2. And serving it is Laura Denezi. So the timeout by the Vikings. Mineral Area College controls the serve. Denezi right along that sideline. Tremendous job in an overpass forced by the Vikings, a poach by the Cardinals. Vikings keep it alive, but it's a free ball into the front row. Zink, quit set, Soul pounds it off. The attempted dig by Medus, down and in, and a 21-11 lead for the Cardinals. They lead by 10 in set number 2. And it all started with a great serving by Denezi. Denezi steps back again. And she lofts this one just long. So less than a volleyball width in the back row. And the serve goes back over to Jeffco. Here's Oliveira. Been impressed with Oliveira. Her serve right to the middle of the back row. Grief with the dig. And then Rooks elevating over the net, but pounds it long. Rooks has been impressive in her athleticism, but she has not been that impressive in her accuracy. She has missed 5 of the 6 attempts she's had at kill shots. And the other one, they weren't able to win the kill shot, but at least she got it in the floor. Now Jeffco sets up the kill attempt for Bostel. Tremendous job by Busenbark to keep it alive. And there you go, Rooks got it in the floor that time. Jeffco keeps it alive. Right-handed swing by Bostel. Dive on the floor, Grief. Quick set, Zink. There's Soul. Soul slaps it over. Diving attempt by Oliveira. Keeping it alive. Left side, Bostel over the double team block. And a point for Jeffco. Terrific rally. And the tip of the cap to Jeffco there as they win that one. 21-14. Jeffco's serving it. Striding into her serve is Oliveira. A dig and then a quick set to Soul once again in the middle. And Coach Copeland talked about the fact that Soul's not really used to playing the middle, but really doing an impressive job for Mac. I think in this set, they're going to say a tie-up right there, and they're going to replay the point. 21-14, Mineral Area College leading up by 7. They were up by 10, 21-11. 3 straight for the Vikings. Dinesi with the dig, quit set, Zink, nope. She'll have to go for the sneak attack ambush shot. Jeffco's ready. Grief now into the back row. There's Busenbark hitting, dinks it off the tape, end over. The Vikings keep it alive. Over to the right side, Fritsch, and a diving attempt by Busenbark. What a point from her, and a full shot by Rooks. Cross court, Medus dives, saves it. Keeps it alive for Bostel. A dive by Zink, kept alive by Dinesi. A heel overhand by Rooks. Another dive. That's Oliveira keeping it alive. To the left side, Bostel. Dumps it over the top of the double team block. A push into the back row by Zink. Kept alive by the Vikings. To the left side, Bostel. Bostel over the double team block and wins the point for the Vikings. Some highly competitive points. And Jeffco now has scored 4 straight. 21-15. They're pushing the Cardinals in set number 2. Timeout by Tim Copeland, and we're back in a minute on the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Everybody's going home, pool and spa.
Imagine slipping into your own spa at the end of a long day. Soothing, relaxing, refreshing. This can be your life. We can help. I'm Angie DeClue, owner of Home Pools and Spas. We have new inventory of spas, starting from 2-person all the way up to family size. One that will fit in the corner of your patio to larger models that can be used indoors or out. Home Pools and Spas on the Outer Service Road just south of the Leadington exit.
The Jefferson County YMCA invites you to join us for our annual Healthy Senior Day on Thursday, October 24th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. This community event is designed to provide active older adults with opportunities and resources to help them live happier and healthier in mind, body, and spirit. Enjoy fitness class and pickleball demonstrations, flu shots provided by the Medicine Shop, covered by most insurance plans, information from community agencies and partners, plus giveaways and prizes. For questions, contact the Y at 636-931-9622. This event is free and open to all, so stop by and bring a friend.
Oliveira serving it for the Vikings, but a good save by Mackin to the middle. There's Soul again, shining brightly. 22-15, Mineral Area College by 7 and 3 points away from claiming this second set. Stepping in to serve, here's Bosler from St. Genevieve, the sophomore. 14 aces for her on the year. A little top spin on the serve that time. Oliveira digs it out. They get to the middle for Morera. Good dig by Grief. A set by Zink. Ooh, a tough angle that time. Petrie had to backpedal, but keeps it alive. Now to the right side. Full swing by Fritsch, but it's off the net and back on the Jeffco side. And Mineral Area now 2 points away from taking set number 2 and trying to even this match. 23-15. Mack leads it here in set number 2. Serve from Bosler again. Over on that left sideline. Once again, it's Oliveira digging it out. Morera hammers it into the back row. Tremendous job by Bosler, keeping it alive. She'll hit from the back row now. Sends it into the Vikings back row. Oliveira keeps it alive. Miscommunication and a free ball now. Here's Soul right down the middle and punches it out. 24-15. We've arrived at set point. And Soul is looking good for the Cardinals. Bosler now serving for the set. Mack leads 24-15, and Bosler chunks it into the tape. Free point for the Vikings. And just as the Vikings had in set number one, Mack with a large lead now, and they'll try to win it on the defensive end. Mineral Area College was able to rally and go on a 6-1 run late, but it wasn't enough. And now here's Mack looking for the set number two win. Full shot by Petrie off the block. Vikings dig it out. To the left side, this is Bostel off the double block. Denezi digs it out. Set from Zink to the middle. That's Soul. Soul powers it down. A dive by the Vikings. They keep it alive. Soul digs it out. Zink, quick set. That's to the left side. Petrie digs it over the block. Kept alive by the Vikings now. They'll play it over now on the free ball. Mineral Area College has Denezi to Zink. Back set, right side, Soul, a diving attempt. Fritsch keeps it alive. Another dive by the Vikings, Morera. Into the net it goes. And the Cardinals have won. Set number two. 25-16, and we're all square at the Bob. Set number three coming up in 2 minutes right here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Whatever your educational goals are, you can achieve them at Jefferson College. With caring faculty, convenient locations, and award-winning academic programs, your future is Jefferson College's focus. To learn more, call 636-797-3000 or visit jeffco.edu for a complete list of degrees and programs. Enroll now.
For higher education, for higher expectations, Jefferson College, Jefferson College.
When it's all said and done, what really matters? For Serenity Hospice Care patient Jack, hospice isn't about giving up. It's not about the end. It's about right now. It's about spending precious time with the people we love.
Come on, Grandpa.
And the little moments that create lasting memories. It's focusing on what's important to you and remembering life is beautiful in all stages.
Are you ready for an exciting new career that offers job security, flexibility, and independence? Rankin Technical College in Perryville is now accepting student applications for a 5-week CDL training class. The Gilster Mary Lee Corporation will provide the necessary funding for program training. If your application is approved, you'll receive a benefits package, which includes miles paid by the hub, paid downtime, unloading allowances, vacation, Christmas, and holiday bonuses, plus insurance. Call Mike Welker at 800-851-5371.
Coldwell Banker Holsey Real Estate has been the trusted real estate advisor for over 60 years in the Mineral area. Hi, I'm Kim Hudson, owner of Coldwell Banker Holsey Real Estate. No one has helped more people buy or sell real estate in our community than the agents at Coldwell Banker Holsey Real Estate. We are proud of the community in which we live and serve. Contact us today for all your real estate needs. Find us on Facebook or online at coldwellbankerholsey.com. Coldwell Banker Holsey, we would love to be your realtor.
Well, we're all square at one set apiece as we do our set two recap, brought to you by Gilster Mary Lee, hiring Class A CDL drivers and graduates, benefits and bonuses. Call Mike Welker at 1-800-851-5371. The second set, really kind of a mirror image of the first set. Jeffco took a big lead in the first set, 21-14, held on for the 25-22 win. It was Mack running out by 10 points in the second set, led 21-11, and Jeffco maybe chiseled away a little bit, but Mack really won that one going away 25-16. So we're going to go at least 4 sets here at the Bob tonight. I want to thank Chase Sellers, engineering and operating our match tonight in the studio on our MyMo Info Sports Stream. Thanks so much for joining us online. I'm Chad Speaker calling the action for you on AM 800 KREI. We've got Farmington softball against Poplar Bluff at the end of 4. Poplar Bluff leading Farmington 4-3. That's on AM 800 KREI. Andy has the call there. As Jeffco starts set number 3 with the serve. And then here's Portell trying to dink it over to block that time. Kept alive by Jeffco. Coming back to the left side, Petrie with a full slam into a double team block. Jeffco looking for an open spot, closed up by Bosler. To the middle, it's Bonsanti. Nice set by Zink on the quick set. And Bonsanti finds a little gap for the point. 1-0 Cardinals lead. Something that Zink does maybe even a little bit better than Denezi is that quick set. she's done a pretty nice job with that. And you do that, and it's very difficult for that block to get it set up on the other side. We saw the block being effective for Jeffco in set number 1, and perhaps that's why Zink has gone to more of those quick sets that time. And there, the Vikings reached over the net on the joust attempt that time. Mineral Area College wins the point. Busenbark serving it for Mac. 2-0 lead by the Cardinals. There's your ace. Busenbark off of Oliveira and back up on the catwalk where Matt King resides. Sports writer for the Daily Journal. He makes the rounds. Hard working man. Busenbark serving it, a 3-0 lead for the Cardinals. Cardinals led set number 2, 3-0 as well. Bode well for them. Corals wraps around that set, punches it over, but only mid-speed, and Mack now takes a full swing at it off the right hand of Portell, off the block. Jeffco keeps it alive. Zink does a nice job putting on the brakes and setting, and a howitzer shot by Elena Rooks. She's got the power. She just hasn't had the accuracy so far, but this time it's right in the crosshairs. 4-0. Cardinals on top here in set number 3. Nice start by the Cardinals, and they've got their great server, Busenbark, at the service line helping them out. Busenbark into the back row. Oliveira digs it out. To the left side, there's Bostel, and Bostel finds the middle of the floor where no Cardinals reside. First point for the Vikings. Mac leads 4-1 here in set number 3. We're tied at 1 set apiece. Bostel steps in to serve it, a freshman from Argentina. Slight backspin. Grief digs it out. She's from Farmington. Off the double team block, Bonsanti going to get awarded with that kill. Bonsanti with 54 kills coming in. She's out of Latina, Italy, a freshman. Here comes Sol back in the ball game. Solimar Santos Roig, sophomore from Puerto Rico. Played a strong second set. 5-1 lead for Max. Sol comes in to play the middle right here as Bonsanti steps back to serve it. Bonsanti with the big curly ponytail. Out behind her, strong serve. Deuce digs it out, and Corals, being shot out of a cannon towards the net, gets way above the net and pounds it down and in. Tremendous athlete. Corals, both Corals and Oliveira really get off the floor. A 5-2 lead for Mac. The Vikings serving it. It's Medus, who leads the entire country in digs. That serve really moving on Grief, but keeps it alive. And they manage to work it to the 10-foot line to Rooks, who hammers it into the back row, but it's over to the left side to Oliveira, and she winds up and throws the fastball past the Cardinals that time. A 5-3 lead for the Cardinals now. Mac on top 4-0, so a 3-1 push by Jeffco. And here's Medus continuing to serve for Jefferson College. Jeffco serving it from my left to my right, and an ace from Medus. Her 18th ace of the year. She leads the team in that category. That one floated away from a diving Grief. Grief's such an improved player from last year. Quickness, anticipation, effectively passing it to her teammates. Medus strides into this one once again. Grief uses the overhand to keep it alive this time. And there's Rooks once again. She's found her range. Just winds up and just blasts one across the net. The Vikings block not being able to get set up in time as the pass came from across the court by Zink. Danesi steps in to serve for Mac. Laura Danesi, sophomore. Little side spin there. Oliveira goes down to dig it out. A hit from the right side by Beeler. Backs up nearly at the 10-foot line. Danesi will set to the back row. Busenbark. She chops it into the back row for the Vikings. Rogers digs it out. Medus turns into the setter. And now over to Mack in the back row. A diving attempt by Busenbark. Keeps it alive, but no Cardinals in the vicinity for the second hit. And a 6-5 lead now for the Cardinals. Cardinals are on top 4-0. And it's been a 5-2 push now by the Vikings. So the Vikings earn the serve back. Laura Neves. 10 aces for her on the season. Neves into the back row. Grief strides up to play it. Left side, there's Rooks again. This time punched it off the net and right back to her. And the Vikings have tied it at 6. So 6-6. Vikings were down 4-0. And now we're all knotted at 6 apiece. Busenbark keeps it alive in the back row, and that's Soul going to work. Punches it down on the top of Moria, but she kept it alive. A dive by Buzenabark in the back row, a one-handed hack at it with a left hand. Keeps it off the floor, but not effectively passing it. And now Jeffco leads at 7-6. It has been a 7-2 run by Jeffco here. Into the back row, Grief digs it out to the middle. That's Soul, and she pounds this one long. And an 8-6 lead for Jeffco. They are on an 8-2 run. Jeffco running downhill right now. Neves serving it. Buzenbark digs it. Zink goes over to get it in the back row. That's Grief off the heel of her right hand. Moreira keeps it alive to the left hand, and there's the full hack by Oliveira. Danesi keeps it alive. Rooks, what'd she do with it? She knocked it long, and Rooks, who had played 3 of her big hammer shots in a row, well, now loses the range once again, and it's a 9-2 run by Jeffco as they lead it 9-6. Neves continues her serve narrowly over the net. Danesi goes to get it. It's an overpass, and the joust won that time by Oliveira. Oliveira jousting with Zink, pushes Zink down to the floor and wins the joust, and it is a 10-2 run by Jeffco to lead it 10-6. And no timeouts coming by Tim Copeland and the Mineral Area College Cardinals. So here comes Neves serving it once again. Beautiful save that time by Buzenbark. It was Del Claro in the game now, jamming it into the double team block. And the point goes to Jeffco once again as the block came right back down on top of her. An 11-2 run as Jeffco leads it 11-6. Jeffco just absolutely taking control here of set number 3. And we're back in a minute on the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Gateway Motors in Fredericktown, Missouri invites you to come on down and let us help you find your next vehicle. Purchasing a car, SUV, or truck can be an overwhelming experience. The Gateway crew will help you find the right vehicle for your personal or family needs. We offer 24-month or less, no-interest loans for qualified buyers. Come on down to 509 Lincoln Drive and let us help you find a reliable vehicle that fits your wallet.
Eating good in the neighborhood at Applebee's sounds so good, doesn't it? Hi, I'm Amy Cousins, General Manager of Applebee's in Farmington. You and a friend can start with 2 side salads or an appetizer to share, then choose any 2 full-size entree from the 2 for $20 dinner lunch menu. Or pick 2 items to create your own combo meal from the classic or signature lunch combo menu. Soups, salads, chicken feet, a roll-up, clubhouse grill, or chicken tenders. There's so much to choose from, and it's all under $10. Dine in or call it in. Applebee's on Karsh Boulevard in Farmington.
Jeffco in the midst of a huge run, an 11-2 push by Jeffco to lead at 11-6 after the timeout by Tim Copeland and the Cardinals right there. Zink an underhanded set, goes to the left side. Del Claro in the game now for Mineral Area College, rising above everybody. Moreira knocks it over the top of the block. Max saves it in the back row by Buzenbark. Soul now on the attack. She goes off the block into the back row, and Vikings chunk it into the net as the Cardinals finally earn a point once again. And 11-7 is the score as the Jeffco Vikings lead it here in set number 3. We're square at 1 set apiece. Bosler serving it for Mack. Sydney strides into it. A little top spin narrowly over the net. It's an overpass. Mineral Area College has Zink to the middle. Soul hammers it right down the middle. Point for Mack, 2 in a row. An 11-8 lead for Jeffco. Bosler continues her serve. Bosler looking over to the sideline. No indication given, so she'll throw a top spin serve into the back row. Punched up by the Vikings. Back row hitting. Danesi digs. Zink, quick set. Soul up and down. Count that one. Are they going to call the lift? They are. They're going to call the lift on Max, so I said count it, but don't. And a 12-8 lead. Or Jeffco. Boy, that looked like a Penaloza type of a kill, but the lift called. Serve from Jeffco. Flying in for the left side. Petrie off the block and down. A sophomore flyer from Winfield earning Mac the point right there. 12-9. Jeffco on top. Mineral Area College serving it with Emily Grief. Grief looks over to the sideline to see where Coach Copeland wants her to go with this one. 3-point advantage for Jeffco. 12-9 the score. Dig in the back row off the serve. That's Medus keeping it alive. And now the dig right back by Bosler. The full shot by Petrie. Second shot off the heel of her hand for Jeffco. And then a misplay that time by Bonsanti. Bonsanti tried to dink that one, and instead of fooling Jeffco, she chopped it into the net. So a 13-9 lead for Jeffco now, and a 4-point advantage. The scoreboard has gone out, and they have gone to the old flip cards for the score right now. And after the ace by Jeffco, they lead at 14-9. That was Morera. So a 5-point advantage for Jeffco, 14-9. And Morera continues to serve for the Vikings. Top spin serve. Grief punches it up with her hands up there in the back row. Petrie, cross court. Winner. Yes, ma'am. Off the block, Petrie. She has played some just impressive angles a couple of times in this match. And the right-hander hitting actually from the left side that had to contort her body and just find that sliver, narrow alley to go down. Zink serves it. Zink with a slight top spin there. Dug in the back row now. And that's to the hitter, Quarles. Quarles just absolutely levitating. Just hangs up there until everybody else comes back down. And she pounds it down, through, and in. And a 15-10 lead now for the Jeffco Vikings. Mackenzie Rogers serving it for Jeffco. Rogers serving it from the right side. Grief punches it up in the back row. Petrie, did she knock that one in? No, it's out. It's out, and a 16-10 lead for Jeffco. Jeffco continues to serve as well. Rogers, the sophomore out of St. Louis. Their setter most of the time. Strides into it, hops into it, skips into it. Grief digs it out. Zink, quick set. That's for Bonsanti. Bonsanti trying to punch it down, but a great dig by Manus in the back row. Now hitting from the 10-foot line is Oliveira. Back to Petrie, dinks it over to the double team block. Dive in the back row by Bostel. She keeps it alive. Feather it over the top of the MAC block. They keep it alive. Zink back to Petrie. Petrie, back deep left corner. Bam, count that one. Tremendous shot by Petrie. 16-11, Jeffco leads. Mineral Area College serving it. All right, great chance on a run for Mac when Busenbark steps up to the service line. Tremendous server for the Cardinals. Skips into it, punches it into the back row. Oliveira digs it out. Medus turns into the setter that time. And there right at the net is Bonsanti. That was Oliveira trying to hit from the back row, and Bonsanti got up and punched it right back down at her. 16-12 now. Jeffco leads by 4. And Busenbark continues her service game, serving from my right to my left. Busenbark skips into it. A little backspin on the serve that time. Down low, digs it out. Bostel pounds it off of the block and out. So Jeffco wins that point, and they lead now 17-12. These sets have just gone back and forth. Vikings controlled set 1. The Cardinals took command in set 2, and the Vikings have looked better here in set 3 after Mac took a 4-0 lead. It was a huge run by Jeffco, an 11-2 run to take charge here in set number 3. A shot by Del Claro over to the Mac side, and now an overpass kept alive. Busenbark backpedals, sends it into the back row for Jeffco. Hitting for the left side, Oliveira. There's Busenbark again trying to dig it out. Doesn't need to. Double hit by the Vikings. And the back row champ, Blair Busenbark. 17-13. Jeffco leading it. The crowd loving the action here on the Bob. Bonsanti serving it for Mac. Dribbles it with 2 hands. Punches over to the knuckleball serve into the front row. Rogers now. Rogers sets Coral. Soul puts up the Rupa over to the top of her. Double team block once again. Was Mac in the net? Yep, they'll say Soul was in the net that time. She didn't think so, but that doesn't much matter, I guess. 18-13. A 5-point advantage for Jeffco. Medus serving it for the Vikings now. Jump serve, back row, Grief. Lifts it skyward, and the set from Zink. Flying high on the left side is Del Claro. Sends it into the back row. And now it's Beeler chunking it off. Max double team block and down. The point going back to Jeffco. They lead at 19-13. Max going to need a run now and a timeout by Tim Copeland. We'll take a 1-minute pause right here on the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Gateway Motors in Fredericktown, Missouri.
Fall is here and winter is on the way. This is Randy from Gifford Lumber Company in Farmington, and we're always ready to help you get what you need no matter what the season may be. Plumbing, electrical, hardware, lumber, tools, and so much more. Stop by and see us. Check the Makita, Yeti, and Traeger grill inventory. We're Gifford Lumber Company, and we're hometown proud. Located on Potosi Street in Farmington.
Gifford Lumber Company in Farmington, hometown proud.
This is Dr. Karen Melton at Hearing Care Partners. We hope you don't miss a single thing this sports season. Stop by for a free hearing screening so you'll hear every play and the person sitting right next to you. One of the best parts of the game is chatting with old friends and making new ones. We wish all our local players a safe and healthy sports season. It's Hearing Care Partners. Find us online at hearingcarepartners.com.
Jeffco leading in set 3, 19-13. We're square at one set apiece. Jeffco with the serve. Milena Medus serving it for the Vikings. Skips into this one. She hammers this one way long. So 19-14 now. Similar to what we saw in our first set. Jeffco led in the first set 21-14. Mac went on a 6-1 run. It was too little too late, though. And now here's Denezi serving it for the Cardinals. 19-14, Jeffco leads. Max serving it. Set number 3, digging the back row. Bostel into the front row. Rogers setting a joust right there at the net. Zink wins this one. Zink with a little grin and a little shrug to her teammates. Like, yeah, I know I'm the setter. I had that one all the way, right? 19-15 the score. 19-15. Jeffco leading. Set 3. Denezi serving for Mac. Narrowly over the net. Nifty dig in the back row by Bostel to keep it alive. And there's Oliveira just winding up and hammering him through the Mineral Area College side. And 20-15, Jeffco leads. Jeffco's just been able to keep Mineral Area College at arm's length here in this set. Largest lead of 6 at 19-13. Max scored the first 4 points of the set, but a huge 11-2 run by Jeffco propelled them out front here in this set. Great serve, a sinker serve that time. Denezi comes around to keep it alive and send it over. Oliveira now over the double team block. A dive by Busenbark to keep it alive. Left side hitting Del Claro. Looks for the cross court winner but sends it wide. And now 21-15. A 6-point advantage for Jeffco. We may go 5 tonight. And as it's looking right now, Mineral Area College fans are probably hoping it goes 5. 21-15. Grief digs it out of the back row. Rooks bounds off the floor. Sends it into the back row. Vikings keep it alive. Busenbark. Great dig in the back row. Quick set. There's Soul again. Up and down. Solomar. 21-16. Jeffco still in charge here. Mineral Area College continues to charge hard. And this is Bosler serving it for Mack. Bosler strides into her serve, just a little hop on the serve. Oliveira digs it out over to Medus. Now hitting from the 10-foot line is Bostel. Dig by Denezi to Soul. Hit that one on the way down and pounds it in. What a leap by Solomar, listed at 5'11". 21-17. Mineral Area College within 4. Bosler, a slight topspin. Bostel digs it out. Oliveira hitting from the left side. There's a dig by Grief. A set for Zink. Left side, Petrie. Down through the middle. Great dive in the back row. Medus keeps it alive. Free ball played over for back. Danesi to the front row, Zink. Set to the left side, Petrie again. Off the tape to the Vikings. Medus keeping it alive. Oliveira with a full shot at it. And a dive in the back row by Bosler. Not in time. 22-17. Jeffco continues to come up with answers. Andresa Oliveira serving it for the Vikings. Oliveira down the sideline, coming over to grab his Grief to the left side, Petrie into the tape. And the Vikings are now only 2 points away from claiming the third set. They lead MAC 23-17. Oliveira striding into her serve here. Grief sends it to Zink right in the middle of the front row to Petrie. Petrie's into the block, and nobody's in the back row to cover for MAC. And the Vikings now 7 set points as they lead it 24-17. Mineral Area College just no coverage off of the block right there. Oliveira serving it, trying to win here, set number 3. And there's Soul into the block, but right back to the MAC side. And the Jeffco Vikings claim set number 3, 25-17. Mineral Area College hoping to win set 4 and trying to push this to 5. And for the Vikings, well, they're hoping to defeat MAC tonight here 3-1. We'll see what happens next. Coming up on the other side of this 2-minute timeout on your MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Everybody loves Mario's Italia. They serve the best Italian food in the area. Pizza, pasta, salad, sub sandwiches, calzones, and my personal favorite, the stromboli. Huge, large portions with the freshest ingredients. You'll be satisfied with all of their choices. Check out their full menu online at mariositalia.com. Dine in or have it delivered, or have them cater your next special event. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week. Mario's Italia, located in the factory at the corner of 1st and A Streets in downtown Farmington.
Good call on McDonald's for lunch.
Yeah, let's eat.
Okay, we have the oh yeah for me.
Can you hand me my
Yep, and here are a couple of woot-woots to share.
I love my woohoo!
Oh, sounds like Stacy went to McDonald's too.
Celebrate the Cardinals with a Big Mac for $1 when you buy one at regular price. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Valid for product of equal or lesser value. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
The Doe Run Company, providing the minerals and metals we need to power our future.
When it comes to choosing a pharmacy that can give you exceptional customer service and the best prices, you need to visit Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy. Bigger stores don't always mean bigger savings. Parkland Health Mart Pharmacy is a preferred provider for many insurance plans, including TRICARE and SilverScript, and our employees work hard at making sure you receive the best prices possible. It's time to step out of the line and come see us in Deloge, Fredericktown, Ironton, and Farmington. Parkland Health Mart is your first choice for excellent customer care.
Champions are made here. On our courts, on our fields, and in our classrooms. Why settle for ordinary when you could be part of greatness? Mineral Area College. Become a Cardinal today.
Well, there's your Midwest Sports Center between set break right there. Let's go ahead and do our set recap, courtesy of Gilster Mary Lee. And really some wide-ranging sets as Jeffco controlled the first set in this match. They were actually on top 24-17, won the first set 25-22. Mineral Area College controlled the second set, won at 25-16. And let's break down a few of the Presbyterian Manor stats now. In set number 3, Mineral Area College started out winning the first 4 points, but an 11-2 run by Jefferson College put them in charge in the second set, and they never looked back. Won it 25-17 going away. So Jeffco leads now 2-1. And for the Cardinals, they're going to try to push this thing now to 5 sets. These two teams have split 2 competitions already this year. Mac defeating Jeffco 3-1 on September 11th, 9 days later. Or Mac swept them, I beg your pardon, on September 11th. 9 days later, Jeffco beat Mac in Hutchinson 3-1. So kind of the grudge match right now. Corals on the slide hit around her setter, punches it off the block and out, and the Jeffco squad claims the first point of set number 4. See if I can get you a score on that Farmington softball game here in just a moment as well. Petrie strides into this set with a double team block. Oliveira and Corals just put up an umbrella over the top of her that time and just stuff her. A 2-0 lead for Jeffco. Jeffco riding high right now. Farmington leading Poplar Bluff 6-5 at the end of the 5th inning. That game on AIM 800 KREI. Andy has your call. Kaylee Portell powers this one down the sideline and knocked it wide. A 3-0 lead for Jeffco. Jeffco trying to close this thing out in 4 sets. Vikings 9-11 on the year. The Cardinals 15-8. And Grieve misplays this one in the back row. Served it right at her and just flat misplayed it. 4-0 lead for Jeffco. Well, Mac's got to say, we hope this goes according to exactly how the 3rd set went, because Mac led 4-0 and ended up losing the set. But Jeffco now on top 4-0 here in set 4. Back set, Petrie got stuffed again. That block is too strong for her right now. Oliveira and Corals just allowing her no space. And they're not giants. Oliveira at 5'9", Corals at 5'10", but they've got that block set tight to the net and angled well, and a 5-0 lead by the Vikings as they race out front here in set number 4. Portell backhand a punch at the ball from the left side of the net, and Oliveira gets a set off of the net, 10 feet out, outside of the red line, and she punches that one in for a cross-court winner, and a 6-0 lead for Jeffco. So Jeffco has come in here into the Bob where not many have come and succeeded over the last few years anyway, and they are putting it to the Cardinals right now. Cardinals back row hit from Bosler finds the corner finally, and a 6-1 lead for the Vikings. Good precise hitting by Bosler there. Nice eyes as well as she leaped up to hit from the back row. She could see that there was a spot on the corner. That's usually where there will be an opening. And a 6-1 lead for the Vikings, but the Cardinals now with a serve. And this is Blair Busenbark checking in to serve it. Serves it into the back row. Oliveira digs it out. The set from Rogers right back to her. Oliveira to the back row. Busenbark keeps it alive, digs it out, gets it right back, hits it off the heel of her hand. Back row slice right there from the 10-foot line. Cross-court shot by Oliveira. A slide of the floor from Grief. And then rising above everybody is Rooks, who pounds it off the block and down. And a 6-2 lead for the Vikings as Mack has scored a couple in a row. Busenbark continues her service game. Blair hops into it, chunks it into the back row. Bostel digs it out. Back set this time for Beeler. And Mack gets the block set up this time with Monsanti and Rooks. Dig it out of the net. And Monsanti powers it into the back row. Tremendous job digging it out of the net that time by Mack. And 6-3, the Vikings on top here. They've doubled up Mineral Area College in set 4. Vikings lead it 2-1. Scored the first 6 points here of this 4th set. Mack responding with 3 in a row now, and Busenbark continuing the serve for the Cardinals. Busenbark down the sideline, paints that line. Oliveira saves it, gets it right back, and powers it right through the block for the point. Vikings lead 7-3. Ida Steiger told us that the key for her team would be to set up that block, be effective with it. They did in the first set, and now they really did to start here set number 4. So when they have blocked well, they certainly have played well, exactly as she forecasted. Rooks reaches back, knocks it off of the double team block, and that sets up the Vikings to keep it alive, and Oliveira flies in for the left side, hammers that one off the block and down, and the Vikings lead 8-3. Vikings continue with the serve, and here comes Medus. Madhu skips into her serve, punches to the back row. Grief with the overhand keeps it alive. And then Rooks finally finds the angle into the block, but they block it back out of bounds, and Mack has the point. You can still be effective against a block if you're able to angle it. Unless, of course, the block out-angles you, so to speak. 8-4 lead for the Vikings. Cardinals serving it. This is Bonsanti. Into the back row. They play it to their setter, Rogers. Gets it to the middle of the floor. There's Morera. And this one just long. Point to Mack. 8-5 lead for the Vikings. Sylvia Bonsanti serving it again for Mack. Rolls it into the back row. That's a dig from Bostel. The set from Rogers over to the left side. Oliveira off the block and down. Oliveira hits well off the net. She was about 8 feet off the net that time. And a 9-5 lead for the Jeffco Vikings. Jeffco scored the first 6 points of this set. They lead it 2-1. And they're serving it now with Neves into the back row. Grief the dig. Chasing down the set that time. It was Zink and a tremendous angle by Portel. Zink didn't give her much to work with, and Portel racing outside of the red line uses the right hand, the heel of her hand, to spin it over the top and slicing it right narrowly down that net on the other side. And just tucked it into that sideline. Tremendous play that time by Portel. Danesi comes in to serve, a 9-6 lead for Jeffco, and a full shot by Oliveira, but gets stuff on the block. They'll come right back to her. She dinks it over the double team block this time. Busenbark keeps it alive with a dive in the back row, but it's a double hit by Mineral Area College, and Jeffco claims the point. And they lead it here in the fourth, 10-6. It would be a decisive fourth if the Vikings win it. Mack trying to push it to 5 sets here tonight at the Bob just after 8 o'clock. The serve into the back row. Grief plays to the front to Zink. Full shot by Rooks. Have mercy, Rooks. That right arm is a weapon. A 10-7 lead for the Vikings. But when Rooks powers up, take cover. Rooks now with 225 kills on the year. Penaloza would certainly lead this team in that category and in blocks as well if she'd have been healthy, the All-American, but they've missed her for about half the season with injury. Back set this time, that's for Morera. Morera has it sent right back to her by Sol. The block set up once again, but Bostel hits around it. Mack keeps it alive, and a back row hit from Bosler. The dig by Matus. The set from Neves to the left side. That's for Bostel. Bostel hits into the block, and a Mineral Area College player in the net, and the point goes to the Vikings. They lead it now 11-7. Vikings serving it with Vanessa Morera. Good topspin serve from her. Rolls it down into Bosler. Now here's Sol hitting for the right side. Just leaps over the block and pounds it down and through on the cross score winner. 11-8, a 3-point lead for the Vikings. Mineral Area College coming from behind here in set number 4 as they trail 2-1. Grief serving it for Mack. Kind of a lob serve that time, and the dig by Metis. A dive in the back row by Bosler. Can't keep it alive. Hot shot that time from Morera. Or Quarles, I beg your pardon. And it's a 12-8 lead for the Vikings here in set number 4. Vikings serving it with Mackenzie Rogers. Setter for this team, 5.9 assists per set for her, leading them in that category. She steps in looking for her 7th ace, but Bosler digs it out. Set to the left side, Petrie off the double team block, but kept alive. Vikings work with it. Rogers to Medus. Medus to the left side. Bostel hits it over the block. Dive in the back row by Grief. Second hit shot by Zink. That's all she could do with it. And out of the middle, Quarles. Tremendous dig in the back row by Bosler to keep it alive. And now here's Petrie hitting from the 10-foot line in the back row. Medus digs it out. Set to the left side, Bostel. Another dig in the back row by Bosler. The set from Zink. A quick one to Bonsanti. Bonsanti off the block and down. And Mineral Area College is within 2 here in set number 4. Nice point by the Cardinals. Or they're within 3, I beg your pardon, 12-9. Here's Zink serving it from the right side. From my left, but serving it as she looks across the floor from her right side. Slide shot, that time by Corals. I thought she hit into the net. Say it went off the block, but either way, the outcome's the same. And Mac notches another point, and now they are within 2. 12-10 score in the fourth. Jeffco leads 2-1. They lead by 2 points here in the fourth as Zink serves it for Mineral Area College to the back row, Oliveira. The setter's Rogers, back to Oliveira at the 10-foot line. Oliveira hitting from the back row. Bonsanti winds up, but smashes it straight into the block, and there's nobody there to cover. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. It came back too hot. And a 13-10 to lead for the Vikings. Vikings have controlled set 4 the entire way. They led 6-0 in set 4. They've led the entire time. Zink, far side sets. And a difficult angle that time by Portell, but she knocked it off the block and out, earning the point for her team. Kaylee, really a good bad shot hitter. Even if you don't give her the sweetest set every time, she'll manage to do something with it and find a way. 13-11, Jeffco leads. Mac fans happy to see Busenbark now serving it for the Cardinals. Backspin, Meduse digs. Rogers sets to the right side. That's Beeler. Didn't have a lot on it, but placed it well. And Mineral Area College chunks it into the net once and twice, and the point goes to the Vikings. And they lead 14-11. Vikings trying to win this one in 4 sets. Mac trying to push it to a 5th. Meduse, the libero, serving it. Pumps it into the back row to Max libero. Grief. And now Portell, a half-speed shot into the back row. Portell's right there for the block, though, as Oliveira gets stoned. 14-12, Mac within 2 again. Mineral Area College, after falling down 6-0, they've managed to get within 2 points on 3 occasions. That's as close as they've come here in set number 4. Bonsanti trying to change that into the back row. Bostel digs. Meduse setting left side. Oliveira through the double-team block, but dug by the Cardinals. They're going to hit for the back row right here. That's Bosler. Good hack at it. Rogers digs it out, and here's Oliveira hitting for the left side. Busenbark anticipates it. Zink sets left side. There's Rooks. Rooks chops it to the Vikings. Right back to her. Back to Rooks. Try again. Chunks it in the net, and the Vikings extend the lead to 3 once again. 15-12 advantage for Jeffco here in set 4. Vikings with the serve. Laura Neves out of Brazil. 10 aces for her on the season. Chases the ball down near the end of the floor. She'll step to the service line. Max has been within in 2-3 occasions here in the 4th set. Not been able to get any closer. And there's an absolute howitzer shot by Kaylee Portell. Portell can hit it a lot of different ways. The fastball is one of them. She just knocked the Vikings boots over tea kettle that time. 15-13. Vikings still lead by 2. Mineral Area College trying to close it to 1. Denezi steps in to serve it for Mac. Knuckleball shot, back row dig Bostel. Slide shot, Morera over the top of the block, but Mac keeps it alive. And now here's Rooks, half-speed shot down the far left sideline. They'll play it over to Oliveira, and she uncharacteristically slams it long. Mineral Area College within 1, 15-14. But a timeout by Ida Steiger and the Jefferson College Vikings. We're back in a minute on the My Mo Info Sports Stream.
What was that noise? What's she out there doing? Flying around on her broom again. Clarissa, what you doing on that new Hustler mower?
Easy, Mower Mouse. I'm taking it for a spin. Mowing the grass. Hello? It may be October, but mowing season isn't over. There's still plenty of grass to cut down, maintain, and
here, I thought you were out here flying around on your broom again. Turns out you're just mowing and blowing out the competition.
That's right, Jason. Everybody deserves the fast-moving flight a Hustler mower provides and the low price we can offer here at Fliggs. That will blow out all the competition.
See us today at Fliggs Equipment in St. Genevieve on Highway 32 and on the Outer Service Road in Leadington, just off Highway 67. Online 24/7 at fleegs.com.
Fliggs Equipment. Let our family serve your family.
See many of the women's basketball players not only helping with the line judging, but also enjoying the action, rooting on the Cardinals. Many of the Cardinal baseball players here as well. Jeffco bringing a small contingent as well from their campus in Hillsboro. 15-14, Jeffco leading it in set number 4. They're on top 2-1. Laura Denezi trying to tie it up right here. Oliveira goes into the block, though, and really kind of threw the changeup at the block that time. Didn't hit it full speed, and so by the time it got to the block was sinking, and the ball falls down on the Mineral Area side of the net. So Mack threatening Jeffco here in the 4th, but Jeffco comes up with the answer on a nice half-speed delivery by Oliveira that time. Oliveira goes back to serve. Here's Soul. The set is behind her. She reaches back and taps it over, and kind of an odd play that time. Threw off the timing of the Vikings, and they're not able to keep it alive. So 16-15, Jeffco leading in the 4th. Mack needs this 4th set to stay alive in the match. Jeffco leading the action 2-1 here. Bosler serves it for Mack. Good strong serve, and it's an overpass and a poach by Roy Eag. Soul pounces down and in, and Mineral Area has tied set number 4 for the first time since 0-0. Bosler serves, looking for the lead for the Cardinals. Topspin serve. Medus digs it out. Left side set. This is for Bostel. Through the block. Grief digs it out and hits it out. And the Vikings lead 17-16. Vikings have had every answer so far. And they'll put Moreira in to serve it this time. Into the back row. Grief with the dig. Zink on a joust. Won by the Vikings. Mack keeps it alive. Zink sets Petrie. Cross court. Pound. Jefferson tries to dive. Bostel can't keep it alive, and we're tied at 17. Mineral Area College looking for the first lead of set number 4. All knotted at 17. Here's Grief. Serving it over for Mack. Half-speed shot. Neves sets it up. Quarles dinks it over. Kept alive to the back row. That's from Bosler, and she chops it long. And the Vikings lead again, 18-17. Mineral Area College has to win the 4th to get to a 5th. The Vikings already with a 2-1 lead, trying to close it out here. Mackenzie Rogers steps back to serve it for the Vikings. Rogers, a sophomore out of St. Louis. Hops off the floor. Good diving effort by Grief. To the middle they go. Bonsanti knocks it into the back row. Off the tape and out, and we're tied again. This time at 18 apiece. Mineral Area College has been able to tie up Jeffco 3 times here in the 4th. They've not been able to take a lead yet. Here's Mary Zink trying to put Mack on top for the first time here in the 4th. Playing the best of 5. First one to 25, got to win by 2 within the set, except in set number 5. First one to 15, winning it by 2. Little perspirations on the Vikings side, so I'll take a moment to wipe that up. Little timeout brought to you by Midwest Sports Center. Mary Zink serving for the lead for the Cardinals. We're tied at 18 apiece. Here in set number 4. Zink narrowly over the tape. Medus digs it out to the left side. Bostel over the double team block, and the Vikings lead again. 19-18. A tough-minded Vikings squad here in set number 4. They led 6-0. The Cardinals keep charging hard at them, but the Vikings will not relinquish that lead. They won't give it over to Mack. The serve from Bostel, right in the middle. Bonsanti throws it through the double team block, and we're tied at 19. Mack continues to pound that rock. And here comes Blair Busenbark, trying to put the Cardinals out front for the first time here in set 4. Busenbark looks over to the sideline, gets the instruction. pounds it over. The Vikings dig it out. It's a middle set to Corals, and she dinks it over. The double team block. The Vikings have had an answer every single time it's been tied up. They've won the next point 5 straight occasions, and they lead now 20-19. So Mineral Area College has still not been able to take a lead here in this 4th set. Medus serving it for Jeffco into the back row. Grief mishits it, but it's tracked down by Portell. Mack plays over to free ball, dug by Oliveira. A poor pass, and they chunk it into a block. The Vikings keep it alive. Set left side to Oliveira. She slams it through the double team block, and now it's a 2-point cushion for Jeffco in set number 4. It could be a decisive set 4 if the Vikings win this 4th set, leading it now 2-1 and a timeout by Tim Copeland and the Cardinals. We're back in a minute on the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Hi, this is Brad Smith at your home, the No Bull Deal, Lucas Smith Chrysler Center. What is the No Bull Deal? It's simple. It's a deal no other Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, or Jeep dealer offers. Sure, you can shop around, but we're confident that you will come home to our way of doing business. We take the nationally advertised programs one step further and offer you the lowest locally advertised price, and we guarantee it. So whether you see us first or see us last, we are the dealer that will give you the best No Bull deal and service anywhere. We are Lucas Smith Chrysler Center in Festus, or check us out at lucassmith.com.
For 57 years, the staff at Farmington Presbyterian Manor have dedicated ourselves to providing our community the best independent living, assisted living, skilled nursing, memory care, and short-term rehab. We are proud to be part of the Parkland community and provide the quality health care you deserve. Call 573-756-6768 today and schedule a visit to find out more about Farmington Presbyterian Manor.
Oh, we check out the Presbyterian Manor stats. So we've been tied at 16, 17, 18, and 19, but Jeffco leads now 21-19 in set number 4. The Vikings lead 2-1. Medus serving it for the Vikings. Grief pushes it into the front row. Rooks has to play it off the heels of her hand. Ineffective passing by Mack. And now the Vikings claim a 3-point lead here in set number 3, 22-19. The Vikings 9-11 on the season. They've already defeated the Cardinals, though, 3-1 earlier this year. The Cardinals own a sweep over the Vikings in Region 16 play. And there is an ace by Medus, mishandled in the back row by Grief. And the Vikings can see the finish line. 23-19. Jeffco leads by 4 with only 2 points to go to claim the match, and another timeout by Tim Copeland and the Cardinals. Let's step aside for 30 seconds on the MyMo Info Sports Stream.
Family, health, home. Comtree has been a leader in providing health care to you and your family for over 45 years. What started as mental health services has expanded to dental care, primary care, and many community services. We are your home for health care. We invite you to join the Comtree family tree. Call 877-COMTREE or visit us online at comtree.org to schedule an appointment. Welcome to our family tree.
The Jefferson College Vikings lead the Mineral Area College Cardinals 2-1, and they've got a 23-19 advantage here in set number 4. Coming off the MAC timeouts, Malena Medus serving it for the Vikings from my right to my left. Vikings looking for the road win here at the Bob. Grief digs it out on the back row. Quick set. That's Zink. Plays it to Bonsanti. Bonsanti into the back row. Vikings will play it back over with Beeler. Mack will try it again, setting to the far left side. Rooks into the back row. Couldn't get a full shot on it. Now here's a set by Rogers, left side. And Oliveira throws this one long. And 23-20, the Vikings still lead by 3. Mack has tied them 4 different points, but Mack has never led here in the 4th. And Bonsanti now steps back to serve. Bonsanti chops it into the back row. Bostel digs it out. They set to the left side. Oliveira punched up in the air. Zink back set, right side. That's for Portell. Portell tries to angle it. Great save by Beeler. And now here's a free ball played over. Zink setting to the middle. There's Soul! Powered it down. It's dug out by Medus. Jeffco keeps it alive, and they play it over. And a tremendous job by the Vikings. Soul chops it over, a dive. And the Vikings keep it alive again. That's Oliveira off the heel of her hand to the middle of the floor. Bonsanti digging it to the right side. Portell. She chops it long. And we have arrived at match point. Jeffco leading it 24-20. The Vikings already leading it 2-1. And now 4 match points for the Vikings. Laura Neves serving for the match for the Vikings to the back row. Greaves, Zink sets, far left side Rooks into the block. A dive by Medus keeps it alive. Vikings playing it back over by Oliveira. And now here's a set by Zink. Far left side, this is Rooks. Dinks it over the double team block. Vikings go over to the left side. That's to Oliveira. Into the block and out. And Jeffco wins the match. 25-20 in the fourth. The Jefferson College Vikings, a 3-1 match win over the Cardinals. And the Vikings now 10-11 on the year. The Cardinals falling to 15-9. Your home pulls and spots postgame show coming up next.
Have you ever misplaced your debit card and worried while you try to find it? Hi, Paul Hale here at New Era Bank, and our new app offers Secure Swipe. Secure Swipe allows you to turn your debit card on or off from the convenience of your cell phone. While your card is off, you have the safety of knowing that no one can access your account from your debit card. Download our new app today and get this and many other new features. Call or visit any of our locations to get more information or visit our website at www.newerabank.com. New Era Bank, member FDIC.
From mailboxing to packing, the UPS store does everything for small business, including printing. Because running your own business means you're also in charge of marketing and promoting. And our printing experts can help with professional business carding, menuing, postering, all the ings to get people, well, buzzing. The UPS store. Every ing for small business. And of course, shipping.
Hi, this is Jim, owner of the UPS store in Festus. See us now at our new location at 650 North Creek Drive next to Tiger Express Car Wash.
Dear movers and shakers, we know how you roll. And we're with you. We're with you on the tarmac or terrain. In the 2019 RAV4 Adventure, Limited, and Hybrid models. We're with you in the comfy Highlander with seating for up to 8 and advanced safety features standard. We're with you in the sharp 2019 Toyota Camry with its available cockpit red leather seats. And we're with you in the all-new 2020 Toyota Corolla, loaded with attitude and the latest tech. We're with you. Let's go, Toyota. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
See Twin City Toyota I-55 at the Herculaneum Auto Mall exit. Don't think twice, think Twin City.
Serving for the match for the Vikings to the back row. Greaves, Zink sets, far left side Rooks into the block. A dive by Medus keeps it alive. Vikings playing it back over by Oliveira. And now here's a set by Zink. Far left side, this is Rooks. Dinks it over the double team block. Vikings go over to the left side. That's to Oliveira. Into the block and out. And Jeffco wins the match. 25-20 in the fourth. The Jefferson College Vikings, a 3-1 match win over the Cardinals. And the Vikings now 10-11 on the year. The Cardinals. And the play right there at the end by the Jeffco Vikings. Ida Steiger joining us now on the post-game show. You told me on our pregame show, you said if our block is up and running, we're playing well. Your block was up and running early in set number 1 in this one.
Yeah, I mean, you saw, set number 1, set number 3 and 4, they were fine. Set number 2, we had way too many arrows, So it's like anything else. I told you, set receive, it was questionable, so that gave, they made runs when we didn't pass. So, I mean, blocking, they did great. We handled, we took spots. I mean, we had some blocks, but most important, defense knew what to do behind the block.
You something else you talked to me about on our pregame, you said we're not the tallest team. But what you noticed, though, our Quarles and Oliveira have great leaping skills. So even though they're not the tallest, boy, they really get off the floor.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good athletic group, It's fun to watch them. Sometimes you get those, big kids and, we have, Quanisha jumps out of the gym, Andressa jumps out of the gym. So we have some athletes, even Maggie, Bostel, Maggie, we call her Maggie, she jumps well. So this is fun because we're scrappy. I like that kind of volleyball. It's frustrating sometimes because we do not have big gums to put the ball down when it's needed, but we are scrappy. So patience, and it's tough on their bodies because rallies consume a lot of energy. So every game we play, we're exhausted.
You got out so strong in set number 4. You were up 6-0. Mac charges back. They tie it at 16, 17, 18, 19. But your team had an answer every time and never did let Mac take that lead. They played really tough-minded, I thought, in this one.
The couple timeouts we talked, we talked the last couple weeks, when we go in those tournaments, you play 4 games in 2 days, some of them, 5 sets. It's a mental game, your body shuts down. I mean, I think even this game is hard on the bodies, and 18, 19-year-old kids, it's the mental, sticking with the game plan. It's all the time. If you listen to my timeouts, don't create, don't invent anything. Just stick with the game plan. We're gonna invent. Let the coaches do. Stick in. It's frustrating when you see. I know they're trying, but sometimes I'm like, oh my God, are you listening to me? But I'm sure every coach goes through that. I'm glad with the blocking. We've been preaching. Last weekend. First game, we had like 13 blocking arrows. So this week, we got back from a tournament and stuff. I addressed the blocking. We worked and we talked about things that, blocking, it's not necessarily because sometimes even if they don't set their feet what they want to, they see it, they start reaching outside, and that's when the team uses them, So I think that I'm pleased besides second set because we did reach a lot and start going and kind of just let it go. I don't know, and I'm glad we didn't go 5. I told them the 4th set, it has to be an attitude set. They home. They're going to put it up to fight. The crowd might get behind. And I said I'm like, we got to stay mentally. It doesn't matter the score. We're going all the way till the last whistle, So they did good. I'm glad it's not 5. I'm not going to lie.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a week to prepare, but you can really make some noise in Region 16 if you keep playing like this. West Plains next Thursday.
Yeah. The season wrapping up quickly. We host the last home tournament, Halloween Classic. That's the last tournament of the year, before regionals. We play West Plains home. Look at West Plains, Mineral Area, us. I mean, anybody could go. Yeah. I mean, you go. It's fun. Before, it's fun. We all right there. Everybody can go. Who's going to show up? Who is going to make less mistakes? That's what is going to come down.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
the win. Ida Steiger joining us on our own Pools and Spas post-game show. And we'll talk with the Mineral Area College head coach Tim Copeland coming up right after this.
Everybody's going home, pool and spa.
Imagine slipping into your own spa at the end of a long day. Soothing, relaxing, refreshing. This can be your life. We can help. I'm Angie DeClue, owner of Home Pools and Spas. We have new inventory of spas, starting from 2-person all the way up to family size. One that will fit in the corner of your patio to larger models that can be used indoors or out. Home Pools and Spas on the Outer Service Road just south of the Ludington exit.
The Jefferson County YMCA invites you to join us for our annual Healthy Senior Day on Thursday, October 24th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. This community event is designed to provide active older adults with opportunities and resources to help them live happier and healthier in mind, body, and spirit. Enjoy fitness class and pickleball demonstrations, flu shots provided by the Medicine Shop, covered by most insurance plans, information from community agencies and partners, plus giveaways and prizes. For questions, contact the Y at 636-931-9622. This event is free and open to all, so stop by and bring a friend.
Hi, it's Hannah. At Cole's Tractor and Equipment, when you buy an LS tractor, you aren't getting the knockoff. You are getting to buy direct from the major brand maker, not the middleman. That's exactly why LS puts more standard features on the LS tractors and why you get the longer, better warranty with the best price. The best price because you won't be paying the middleman and you won't be paying those franchise fees. LS Tractor does offer the best warranty and buyer after buyer knows that to be true. When you buy an LS tractor from Cole's Tractor, you are buying direct because we buy direct. You aren't buying the knockoff that others claim. You are cutting out the middleman, plain and simple. Don't just follow the herd, lead the herd with LS Tractors and Cole's Tractor and Equipment.
See Cole's Tractor and Equipment 1 mile east of Farmington on Highway 32, or give them a call at 573-756-4353. That's 573-756-4353. And don't forget to check them out on Facebook.
On Santi with a couple of successful serves in a row. Try it again. Slight top spin. Medus digs it out. Set to the far left side. Oliveira into the block. Good job by Portel to keep it alive. Back row hit by Busenbark. And the beauty! Busenbark kills it from the back row. Best shot of the set so far for Mac. A missile from the back row. And Mac stays alive. 24-21. Jeffco leads. Well, great play by Busenbark in the back row. The Serenity Hospice Care play of the game for Mac. Peace of mind when it matters most. SerenityHospiceCare.org. Tim Copeland joining us now. Mineral Area College head coach. Where did you see the differences in this one, Coach?
They had more energy and more desire than we did, plain and simple. And we've been talking to this team since day one. And I really don't know how to get more fire and more energy out of them, more, where they're focused on exactly not making mistakes and not trying to get kills on bad sets or, not being able to pass and the setters running all over the place. And it's just, it's frustrating because Sam and I both, we go over stuff in practice. We talk about not making you don't have to make the kill, but don't make the mistake. The first game we have 10 hitting errors and 2 serve errors. I mean, you got 10 free points you gave a team. You lose by 4. Even if you only get half, you still win. And I mean, we're just a little bit. I mean, we let them work out early because we get them a little attention, and that doesn't seem to work. And I know we've had a lot of distractions for the last 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, I get it. But even the very beginning, when we were 12-0, we were winning, and we didn't have that killer instinct to finish people or to just really get mad when you're losing by 3 or you're up by 4-0 and then all of a sudden you're down 6-5. It's like that didn't make anybody mad. Everybody's kind of went through the motions, and it's going to be hard to beat good teams or teams that want to work harder than you. And when they outplayed us, they scrapped it harder. I mean, we made some nice plays, but for the most part, they didn't want to lose, and we didn't want to lose, but we didn't have enough fire to not want to lose. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's a situation where you have to, buckle down and tie your shoestrings a little tighter and pull up your, belt loops and let's go. I mean, it's just, but we just kind of, okay, hopefully they'll make 2 mistakes and we'll get a kill and we'll be up 3-0 instead of let's make it happen for us.
Yeah. The last few years you've told me we're at our best when we play through the middle, and your starting middle, of course, is gone, and you have somebody in a new role in Sol. But it seemed that, especially in that second set, when you did get it to her in the middle, and Zink was punching it up on some of those quick sets, that was pretty sharp play at that point.
Yeah, I mean, Sol's done a good job. I mean, she hasn't played middle at all until last weekend. I mean, she didn't play the first game. It was the last 3 games of Iowa when we put her in there, and she's done a really good job. And we're going to keep her in there because she's getting kills. She's not making a lot of mistakes, and she's aggressive. She's athletic. So she's done. She did a good job tonight. I can't complain about that at all. If she can do that every night, I'm happy with that for her for not playing. And Mary's in a situation. She just hasn't set all year. She's a good setter. But she's only had 3 games. It's her 4th game she's set. Or 5th game counting. Indian Hill she played a little bit. So it's one of those deals where she's gonna have to get herself figured out a little bit and rusty. And Laura, she's getting close probably. But I don't want to hurt her if she rolls again. She's done. So it's like. You're trying to put all these pieces together. The right side still. I mean, I've had 4 people trying to play right side since day one. It's like I'm still trying to figure that out. And I mean, it's part of the deal. I mean, you get injuries and you get stuff. Knock on wood. The last 3 years we haven't had injuries. I mean, we've been healthy. And now we've got 2 or 3 injuries that are really important. With Cindy being out and then Laura not being able to set and and everybody's got to step it up. And some like Sol has, and others are a little scared. Or play a little timid and. You can't play timid. It may as well be an aggressive play and hit it out of bounds and just give them a free ball and let them throw it down their throat. I mean, that happens.
I love the crowd support again.
Yeah,
They've been good for you, and I think you're going to get it in your last 2 matches. You have 2 matches left. They're home matches.
Correct.
West Plains, a big one coming up next Wednesday, and then you'll do your big kind of Midnight Madness where you guys will be kind of the feature event, and they'll bring on the basketball teams, and you can meet them a little bit too. So I think you're going to get great support, and I know you're looking for a great effort to close it out. So.
Well, and I was proud of them this weekend because we went up there and played good teams, and we battled even against good teams, and we won against the 2 we should have beat. And we battled and we scrapped and scraped a little bit, and you're kind of like, okay, maybe this is a little turning corner. You battle a 5-game match against Kobe, and you had to fight for that last 2-3 points, and I'm thinking, okay, and then even tonight you battled, but it just we gave up too easy on runs. It's like you can't just give them 4 and 5 point runs. I mean, there's nothing I can do. I can't stop it every time. I only have 2 timeouts. It's like at some point in time you have to just go, hey, you know what? We're going to not let a 2-0 run. That's it. We're going to have a goal. 2 points is all we're given. If we get 3, we're going to run because of it. We're going to hold ourselves accountable, and this team is not doing that. And do
you need a player, Tim, to get everybody together and go, this isn't happening right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've been letting them talk on their own, and we've been talking to them. Heck, the last game we played was actually 45 minutes chewing on them because we need somebody to be leadership. And we have 4 captains, 2 on, 2 off the court. We got 7 sophomores. I mean, but anyway, it's a deal where we just got to keep working and keep trying to get them to understand, and and just use. I always tell them it's not how hard you hit, it's how smart you are. And it isn't smart to hit balls in net, hit them out of bounds, serve in the net, and just wail on balls that aren't good balls to hit, and you just get blocked or you hit them out of bounds. And, look across the net and see there's a hole in the back corner. Okay, hit it there. Don't hit it to the person or hit it out of bounds, So, I don't know. It's frustrating because of, this team has talent, and they do like each other. It's a good team to coach. It really is, except for it frustrates me because I know we could be beating a few more teams than we are, and it's just not – it won't quite puzzle together. It's close, and then a magnet comes together and pushes each other away, and you got to start over. So I mean, we still got a couple weeks. We have 3 games, 2 games, and regional stuff, and realistically, it's probably going to be us and Jeffco 2 and 3, and West Plains 1 in the seedings. So we'll want to play them at West Plains probably. Even if we beat West Plains, we're going to have 2 losses now, and unless Jeffco beats them, they'll have 1. So Jeffco still has 2 with us beating them first time at West Plains. So. It's probably going to come down to that, So our goal is going to have to be, hey, look, we got to get sharper in the last 2 games, get ourselves where we don't make mistakes, and then go into West Plains, beat them, play for first and second, and go to district, see what happens.
I mean, it is like you said, it's all really still in front of you.
Yeah.
So
I mean, even if you don't win the next 2, it doesn't matter. I mean, you're still going to play for Friday night, second and third. It doesn't matter. And you guys got to win 1, then you're in then you're in districts because you first and second go, even if you don't win in the regional finals. So, I mean, we're going to keep working on them, and it's not a dramatic, like, just depressing situation as a team. It's not. It's just I think you just feel there's more there to give and more to take, and they're not quite doing it themselves, and we make them run, and we have punishments, and we have lectures, and we have whatever team meetings, and it doesn't seem like it carries over after the meeting or after they talk to each other. So, but hey, I'm gonna keep on working hard to get them ready to go.
We'll see you next Wednesday.
Yes, sir.
See what happens there. Thanks for joining me, Tim.
Thank you.
You betcha.
Thanks,
Tim
Tim.
Copeland joining us on our Home Pools and Spas post-game show right here on the MIMO Info Sports Stream. And a great effort by the Jefferson College Vikings. Going to go with Andressa Oliveira as our Applebee's of Farmington player of the game. Doing good in the neighborhood. You heard the Serenity Hospice Care play of the game right there by Blair Busenbark in a good effort by her as well. The Jefferson College Vikings win it in for tonight, 25-22, 16-25, 25-17, and 25-20 over the Mineral Area College Cardinals. Jeffco now 10-11 on the year. Mineral Area College is 15-9. My thanks to Chase back in the studio, engineering and operating our game tonight. I'm Chad Speaker, and I hope your home team did well tonight. Now I'm going to go join mine.
Whatever your educational goals are, you can achieve them at Jefferson College. With caring faculty, convenient locations, and award-winning academic programs, your future is Jefferson College.